All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm tired today. It's new year, trying to get back into the swing of exercising. I played squash last night. I went to my spinning class this morning. Man, I'm tired.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to kick in all at once.
Just starting, and I was already tired from running on the weekend, and it's tough getting back into it, but we'll get there.
Yep.
Not dead yet.
Absolutely. Exactly. All right, friends over on YouTube, X, and in our chat room, good morning to you. Hopefully you guys are feeling well and doing well this morning. Quick look at our gappers list brought to you by trading. Hold on a second, right here, tradingterminal.com. And we have a lot in the green this morning. So tons of stuff in the green today. A couple of pharmaceutical companies I see here on deck. And then we also have two in the red so far today. So we'll dive right into all of that. But before we do so, Peter, anything on the news front for our U.S. economic calendar this morning?
It's pretty light. There's really not much going on. The only thing we've got on the calendar is the S&P Services PMI. The December numbers coming out at 9:45 this morning. The market will probably ignore that. It's been ignoring almost everything over the last couple months, so why not this too? Even on the best of times, it's not a big market mover. So, I think it's going to be a pretty light day from an economic event, which is not a bad thing. That just means we get to focus on the stuff that's moving, and the market is moving. We do have a little bit of positivity. This would be, I guess technically yesterday was the last day of the so-called Santa Claus rally. Not much of a rally though this year, was it? I mean, if I really look at because technically this Santa Claus rally is the last 5 trading days of last year and the first 2 of this year, which I think if I look across those days, we're like flat. We're break even, like nothing happened. So yeah. Santa was flat. Yeah, Santa didn't get enough cookies and milk. He wasn't able to expand that jolly belly of his. So pretty flat. So, anyways, it's not a bad thing necessarily. It's just something that people watch. I still, we do seem to be reasonably well poised. You got to keep in mind, the markets have been fairly silent on all of the geopolitical pressures that are coming to it. There's obviously by now, I assume everybody's heard about all the events in Venezuela. All the the moves that the U.S. has been making. Who knows what the international response is going to be? Who knows what the business opportunity is going to be and how that's going to translate into stocks. So, we're just watching the market waiting. It's been a pretty quiet response for yesterday. The oil stocks were expected to move as they were called upon by the U.S. administration to support the increase of oil production out of Venezuela. No idea exactly how that's going to exhibit itself, but we were watching some of them because they were gapping up yesterday. They really didn't do much. They sold off on the open, ended up roughly at the point at which they opened. So yeah, not a lot of movement really on the oil stocks. As Jared was pointing out in engineering the markets, the banks actually were a big mover, and that sort of makes sense, right? Like who usually benefits? Somebody's got to fund these things, and usually the banks find a way to position themselves against it. So not a particular surprise, but I didn't actually tag them as trading opportunities. So definitely opportunity lost there. What we did trade were some of the old standbys, and we'll look at them this morning as we go through our gappers list.
Yep, absolutely, friends. Let's head over to tradingterminal.com, gap up and down list today, and we'll dive into some of the stuff leading the way this morning. Start with ALMS, first one on deck today. And if you can see here, we are, oh, that's not it. Let's put it where it needs to be. Here we go. We are up 96%. So 96%, 8.2 million shares traded, Peter. So this thing is rocking this morning, as you're seeing here. And yeah, doing very, very well. Got going around 7:35. So it looks like some news, right? And it was halted earlier. So probably halted for news, I will assume. And now it's resumed. So, Peter, what's the latest and greatest on this one?
Yes, they announced that the phase 3 trials of their drugs called Onward 1 and Onward 2 have met all their endpoints, primary and secondary endpoints, with strong results. So that's good news for them. This is a biotech, as you probably guessed, and it's not a low float, but on a day like today, expect it to trade like a low float. And if I'm seeing this right, this is going to be trading on. Oh no, it trades on the NASDAQ. Okay. All right. So I had this listed as a secondary market, but no, it looks like it's NASDAQ traded. So good volume, 8.5 million shares traded. It's definitely in play. I just don't like trading the biotechs personally. However, it's tough to deny that there are opportunities out here. So if you like it, then it's probably one of the best targets for the morning.
All right, friends, take a look at that one. It is clearly very, very active right now. Look at that pre-market action daily. Has some action in the past, but today, man, it is doing some stuff. All right, let's take a look at the next one on here. Is going to be a low flow, sitting at 1.1 million shares flow. IMSR is the ticker on this one, Peter. And we are up 28%, 4 million shares traded. So we are rocking as well. Again, careful with these lower flow stocks. So any news on this one? This is terrestrial energy.
Yeah, we
Did I read that
expect
right?
yeah, terrestrial energy. I don't know why they got the ticker IMSR. Must mean something. But anyways, they had they are involved in something called Project Tetra. It's I guess so their ISMR is their ticker because they have this IMSR pilot reactor, which is being developed under the Advanced Reactor Pilot Program, and they got a Department of Energy approval on this Project Tetra activity, which is good for them. We hadn't, Carlos, we hadn't looked at this before. This looks like it's a it's not nuclear. This is very different. This is a reactor that is using, so IMSR stands for Integral Molten Salt Reactor. That sounds cool. Don't know how it works, but all right. So there you go. Integral Molten Salt Reactor, IMSR. They got some, I said they're going ahead with Project Tetra and to see, I guess, to basically prove whether this technology is actually viable.
All right. There you go, friends. It's clearly in play. How well it's going to trade, I'm not sure. I'm not adding it to my list, though. I'm going to keep it off my list here. I'd rather look at the other one that's not a low flow, that's high flying this morning, ALMS. But yeah, we'll keep this one off for now. All right, let's continue here. Next on here is going to be WV. We got some big numbers here. We got 24%, 23, 27, 100. So it's a lot happening here. This one just moved up, actually. AEVA. Let's see what this is. AEVA. What do we have? We are up 26%. AEVA Technologies. 1.5 million shares traded at the moment. And you are seeing it going here. So again, another one popping up big today, Peter. It is not a low. It's lower-ish. It's 38 million shares flow. Yeah. So borderline, low flowish. But today they're active. Any news behind it?
AEVA. I assume this is AEVA Technologies. I'm not positive about that, but yes. And this is we're back to some good old news that I can deal with. So they have a partnership with Nvidia. They're going to be partnering to develop a 4D LiDAR system that's going to be integrated into their Drive Hyperion platform. That's doubly good for AEVA today because NVIDIA also had separately announced that they are also getting into the self-driving car market. They did not specify who they were partnering with, but they said they expect to have vehicles on the road by 2027. Everybody seems to want a piece of the self-driving car market. Just that was big before AI, and then it was AI, and now people are getting back to the self-driving cars. I don't know, where this is going to end up, frankly, because we can't have that many self-driving car companies out there. They're not all going to make it, right? They're just not. But it seems to be, people seem to think that there's big money in it because they're putting lots of money behind it. So that announcement from Nvidia, probably not enough to move Nvidia's stock, because 2027 for Nvidia is like, you might as well have said, 2100, or like, it's too far away. You don't, Nvidia doesn't move based on things they're going to do 2 years from now. It moves based on things they're going to do 2 days to 2 months from now. So, however, that combined with AEVA's partnership with them is good news for this smaller company, and it could cause some interesting movement in it today. This stock has got 1.5 million shares. I mean, it's also active. It's in play. Its price action doesn't look quite as exciting as the ALMS that we were just looking at, but at least I understand this news a little bit better. So, and makes sense to me. So,
yeah. There it is, friends. Are you gonna have it on your list, Peter?
I don't know. I'm keeping a list. I'm putting so far all three that we looked at on a list, and I'm going to take a look at them as we get closer to the open, just to see what they do, because some of them just stop, right? Stop being active, stop being interesting as we get closer to the open. So, they're all maybes at this point.
Yeah, I like that. All right, I'm gonna ask some of those as well. I mean, I do want to see ALMS is a ticker. I am gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, I am going to add that to my popcorn list there. You got to be careful. It's not a low flow ticker, but you just got to be careful with the way that one moves. So we'll add that one on there. And then this one, we'll see where it goes a little bit later. All right, friends, continuing here, Gappers list. Let's go over there, see what else we have. WVE is next. Man, we got a bunch of stuff here. WVE. One letter over, here it is. We are up 23%, 1 million shares traded on this one. So again, also moving nicely. I think we've seen this one before. Wave Life Sciences, the name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I think it's made our list prior.
It has, and I don't know, there's no specific reason why this is moving. So I mean, they do have a drug, like so many other of these biotechs, that are targeted at weight loss. Everybody wants the magic weight loss pill. There was some like incidental news that a similar drug by a competitor called Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals said that it has a drug that has delivered almost twice the amount of weight loss over 4 months as Eli Lilly's solution, which is a much bigger company. So, but I don't see this Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals. It is a tradable stock. Let's take a look here. ARWR. No, well, it's up 13%. It's got 400,000 shares. Maybe it's on our list. Oh, it is on our list. Look at that. It's right below WVE. So this could just be some sympathetic move because of Arrowhead's move. This is another just weird sector to me, right? I mean, I usually have stuck to the large ones. We've traded Novo Nordisk when it's moved. Eli Lilly is tougher to trade. This one, I don't know, Carlos. I think this is going to be one of the first ones that I'm not going to follow and watch. It's got just over 1 million shares. It seems indistinct as to why it's moving. So
yeah,
we've got other things, right? So
yeah, we have plenty of other stuff to look at, and of course the usual suspects are always on that. All right, let's see here. Back to the list. What else we have? We looked at the top 4 right now, and this is what we came up with. Next, let's continue over to ARWR. ARWR. And today we are up 13%. Arrowhead, yeah, another one that we heard of before. And 441,000 shares traded.
I just mentioned that.
Yeah. So yeah, but even prior to this, we had heard of it prior, I believe, and they're up here 13%. Peter, anything new on this one? Anything to add?
Again, they had the news that their drug is performing well. They claim
Mm-hmm.
that it gives double the fat loss of Eli Lilly's drug, if I can say it. And great, but that's just a throwaway statement, largely. However, it did cause a little bit of a pop. Not enough for me to trade it. I'm moving on.
Yeah, I don't like the way this one trades either, so we'll leave it alone. All right, let's do a few more, then we'll hop around. But really, the list has nothing. None of our usual suspects are on here. You know, it's a bunch of other tickers. I see Oklo, a few that we recognize. SMR was great for us yesterday. I do see a few. Let's see what else. Let's do two more maybe from the top, and then we'll bounce around a little bit here. ZETA. So ZETA, we're up 8.4 this morning, 872,000 shares traded, and I just don't see anything great on it besides the gap up. What's the float on this one? This is actually 201 million shares float, Peter. So your thoughts on it? I'm on the fence on it. I don't know if I like it or not yet, but what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I don't particularly like it. I mean, it's AI news. They've got a partnership with OpenAI, which is why it was moving higher. Look, those have quieted down a little bit. There was a period of time where everybody wanted a partnership with OpenAI, and they were like being announced left, right, and center. So, I guess a little bit too late to the game. I think the market's attention has moved on a little bit, so I don't think this is going to give trading opportunities. I mean, it's up nice. It's up 8%, but yeah, not enough in my opinion. Just not enough volume and to make it interesting.
Yeah. All right. Let's see, friends. So not much so far, guys. I mean, we have ALMS down here on the list, but not much so far that we like off this list. Let's do one more, and then we'll go around the list here. CRML is another one coming off the top here. What was that? Criminal?
The
No,
name of the
no,
company is Critical Medical Metals,
yeah,
but when
yeah,
I see that ticker, I think criminal,
yeah.
which
You
is
just fill in a couple
probably
of
not what they were
letters, and
looking.
yeah, not what they're looking for to go
Yeah, I
for,
don't
but
think
yeah.
they were looking to evoke that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
not at
yeah.
all.
Um,
But yeah, they're up
a
here
little
this
bit of
morning.
interesting news. Yeah, it's a little interesting because it's almost like it's an offshoot news. So uh, the company specifically has news that their so-called offtake agreement basically means that they're able to they've secured mineral rights in Greenland that they've been leveraging, and they had another 25% of that agreement that they've now agreed to be able to offtake from the Greenland. Um, this is it's interesting because as a UK based metals company, there's thoughts that if they already have mineral rights and experience working in Greenland, that it's become a little more likely that with the US deciding that it's an expansionistic mode, remember President Trump previously had suggested that why couldn't Greenland be part of the US? So if he's willing to take over Venezuela, why not go after minerals in Greenland? So it's a little bit of they actually have real news and just activity that they're undertaking right now, but there's also speculation behind this, which is why I think it's got a little bit more volume as to could there be some longer term benefits should the U.S. decide to do something unique. So, is that a reality? The White House hasn't said anything. They've been quiet on Greenland for a while, but it doesn't stop people speculating. So, we'll see what happens. I'm looking at the price action on CRML, though. It does not look good. It looks like some of this volume is algo driven. I just don't like the way it's moving. So, yeah, that's I'm gonna let's bring out the truck for that one.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. It doesn't look great, and we'll give you a nice big truck here. So there you go, garbage truck for that one.
There you go.
We don't love it
Maybe.
at all. All right, all right, friends. Let's continue. Wow. All right, let's see. I'm being hopeful today will be a great day. We had such a great last two trading days for the beginning of the year. Our watch list looked much better than it does today. But it's early. It's early. Let's see where this goes. All right, Peter, I'm going to hop around here. I'm going to look at SMR, and then I'll give it to you to see what else you like. SMR was great yesterday, gave us some opportunities. Look at it move today again. I might have this on the list again. Up 7.1 right now, 3.9 million shares traded, and we are up once more here. So I'm going to put this on the list and see where it goes. What's your thoughts on it? And then we'll go to you to see what else you like off the list here.
Yeah, this was on the list yesterday. We were it had popped up. There's still a focus for nuclear power from the U.S. government. They're making investments. They're trying new technologies. NuScale is an example of one of the companies that we've been looking at. Oklo is another one that we've been looking at over the last little while. It did not trade well yesterday, at least not by my opinion. It did go up a little bit after the open, but oh my goodness, look at the overlapping. You just have to look at even just a 5-minute chart, and you can sort of see how tough this would have been to trade with a lot of overlapping candles and just, anyways, a really tough trader. So I don't think today is going to be any better than yesterday. I mean, it's got surprising volume, I have to say. It's already at 4 million shares. It normally only trades about 23 million a day. Yesterday, it managed to get up to about 68 million shares traded. So, the volume is there, but it's not got the range that we normally like. As Carlos was saying before, or was it yesterday, Carlos? You're talking about you just don't get out of bed unless it's at least $1 move. So.
Yeah. Although this was my trader yet, this was my trade yesterday. But again, if you look at the way I traded it, I did post it on X. My actual trade, we got, I don't want to say lucky, but we picked the perfect spots. It was, if you look at it now, you're right, Peter. It's not ideal.
It was tough.
Like it was tough, right?
It took
we had to wait
a long time for it to give you that. What would it end up being, like a 60-cent move or something? So.
Yeah, it was like a 60-cent move, and our ad worked and all of that. But yeah, it was not an easy trader. So yeah. All right, friends, I'll have it on the list today. I don't have high hopes for it, but I mean, I gotta say, man, pre-market does look interesting here. Let's see, another 60 cents. I wouldn't mind that at all, right? If it's gonna give us that, but let's see. All right, Peter. Again, a lot on this list, not a lot that fits the way me and you trade. Obviously, this is why our list is so light at the moment. We got a lot of possibles. Peter mentioned a few that he's gonna be keeping an eye on to see what he likes. But as far as you go, anything else you want to look at here that you might be focused on?
Well, it's interesting to me just on the gap up list how things seem to be grouped together. We talked about a couple of the top ones. You've got the WVE and IMSR that are linked. We've got SMR and Oklo that are together. We've got some of the mining companies on there. So notice the focus. What seems to be gapping up seems to be all the stuff that is impacted or potentially impacted by government policies. So,
Yes.
really that tells me that, we've got to be a little careful in our trading. Just be aware of the news cycle, right? Because if we get news that either supports a position or refutes a position, that could create movement in these stocks, right? It's unlikely the government, for example, the U.S. government at this point will say something against nuclear power. So, but if they say something supportive, this could shoot up. It makes it, I don't love it when the whole market seems to be waiting on various news events because that can make it difficult because you can get sudden moves that are unexpected. So we'll just have to see what happens, Carlos. We haven't talked at all about our regular, our usual suspects. Semiconductors had, it's one of our regular go-tos. Had a sort of a weird day yesterday, in my opinion. We were watching a couple of unusual candidates right at the open. Remember, Intel was gapping higher yesterday, ended up selling off at the open and pretty much for the whole day. On the other hand, Nvidia, wasn't doing much. It did gap up a little bit, but it also sort of sold off. So, we had this little bit of movement downwards on the semiconductors, but not an easy trade. Like I usually expect things to be a little little more straightforward. Anyways, they felt difficult yesterday, so I didn't even trade it. I focused on Tesla, which is gapping down this morning after what was a surprisingly good move up yesterday at the market open. So yeah, that ended up being actually my only trade of the day. Well, it was a series of 3 trades, but yeah, it was my only sort of trade move that I took advantage of. So I think it's worth keeping an eye on because you just never know with Tesla. By the way, yesterday afternoon, afternoon, the car sales in the U.S. was the number we were looking for. That did come out, and it actually came out higher than forecast. So it looks like car sales are still going on. Now, this is just overall car sales, not they don't break out, at least not in that number, electric vehicle sales. So nothing specific to Tesla, but it's good news in general if car sales are higher in North America, because presumably Tesla sales, get to follow along with it. If you do like automotive news, GM did announce that they had some record sales in the quarter. Not General Motors is not something that typically trades very well at all, and it's not doing anything this morning. And Stellantis had its first growth in its automotive sales since 2018. So that's a long time to be on a shrinking path. So they actually grew in their sales a little bit. So somebody's buying a Jeep out there, I guess, or a Chrysler. Anybody own a Chrysler? Who owns a Chrysler these days? I mean, I see them on the road sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know, who's making that choice that you're like, you know what? I want a Chrysler. That's the car I'm getting. I don't know. Anyways, maybe it's just me. It's not something I would. It's like it's probably 30th on the list of brands or vehicles I would probably look at. In any event, so, so sorry, Chrysler fans. All right. Whatever you got. Those are the usual suspects I'm looking at. PLTR, maybe another one I should mention here is gapping up. Yesterday, not a great. Carlos, you're looking up some vehicles. You want like a Pacifica?
This is actually a nice minivan. If you're into that, is that all they sell now? It's just minivans? It looks like it is.
I don't know. They seem to have a very.
Oh, it is just minivans. Okay, so
Is that it? Is that all they got? Maybe that's why
I
I'm
don't
not
see
seeing so
anything
many
else.
Chryslers out there.
Okay.
Every once in a
Um,
while, I see like some of the old Chrysler vehicles. So I guess they're still kicking around there, like the old
yeah,
like a PT Cruiser or something. And I'm like, what the?
look at that. How about the
Yeah,
Harmony and what is this? Chrysler Innovation Harmony in Motion. What's that? That looks good.
I don't know. It's
That's a concept. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, sure. Wait to see if it comes out.
Everybody's
All right.
got a concept vehicle.
Yeah, that looks like something out of
Here somewhere.
iRobot, the movie. Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Anyways, all
Um,
right. So that's the automotive news for the day. Yeah. So I think again, the news focus is going to be on stuff that the administration has been focused on. So it'll be interesting to see. Do we get moves out of the nuclear power sector? Is it going to be mining stocks? Remember, yesterday was banks. So I haven't looked at banks in quite a while. What is Bank of America doing? Nothing. What about some of the other Morgan Stanley, Citibank? Yeah, I mean, there's not much going on. Good moves yesterday, but not doing anything pre-market right now. So, Carlos, I think that again, the usual suspects are a place to go back to. PLTR, Nvidia. I mentioned Tesla, which is a gapping down, but it's still an in-play target. And then yesterday there was actually a good move at the open on Amazon, which surprised me. I know a couple of our members were watching Amazon and were able to jump in on that trade. So pretty good move. I mean, it flattened out certainly the latter part of the day, but off the open, it actually made a pretty good jump. So
yeah. People are. Actually, I'm surprised how many comments in chat of people that love Chryslers. There's a lot of people that say, "Hey, they like their
okay.
Chrysler and their Pacifica," but I did not know they downgraded their fleet so much. Ford did this too. If you go to Ford, they used to have the sedans and everything. They don't have that. It's just the Mustang and just Jeeps now and trucks, of course, vans.
Yeah,
But
it's
they
it,
don't do
it's
the Impala. Remember the? Well, no, it's not the Impala. What was it? All the cops had it here in New York at one
the
point. I mean,
LTD,
the
the old
Taurus.
Ford LTD.
Yeah, Ford
That was
Taurus.
the old cop car. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's going
and
way back. but I don't
Yeah.
know. The Crown Vic. There you go.
Oh,
That was the
you're going back. Yeah, yeah. That
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I'm a
Anyways,
Chevy. I'm a Chevy type of old guy. We used to have one of those Chevy box cars, those big ones. Oh man,
my
forgot what the
my parents owned a
model was.
Ford Taurus that I used to drive around all the time, and
Yeah.
was I always wanted the SHO, the super high output one, but we just had a regular Taurus. So I thought I unfortunately they bought it in beige, which really disappointed me. I wanted them to get it in matte black because
And like,
if if you go back and look at the original RoboCop movie, that's the futuristic cars they were using in the movie were Ford Tauruses. So,
yeah,
anyways, but
interesting
all right.
stuff.
Anyways, enough about cars. Let's get back to the market
Yeah.
here, and we'll
Let's get back
see
to the
what's going
market
on.
and see what else we got going on, friends. That is our gap up. Again, not much coming off of this. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's take a look at what's capping down now. Not a whole lot here. TIL is the ticker here. Instill Bio is the name of the company. We are down 51%. Ouch. Someone's getting fired here. 51% down this morning. And you can see here the big drop on the daily. Not a whole lot of volume. It was halted. I guess it was halted for news. Then it has resumed since then. Peter, there's nothing I like about this. I'm probably going to keep it off the list. What's your thoughts on it? Also, low flow at 3.2 million shares float.
Yeah, they terminated their clinical development of a drug that they had licensed, and by stopping the development, the license reverts back to the parent company. AXN 2510 is the name of it. Anyways, it just means that basically they had a failed development cycle, and they're not going to put any more money behind it. So that's what's got it gapping down. Not tradable, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to look at. All right, let's continue, friends. Heading over to the other one. You kind of spoke about this one, STAA. I'm sorry, this is not it. This is something else. No, I thought this was Stellantis, but that's a different ticker.
Okay.
STAA is on here, guys. Dropping 18% this morning. Another one that just doesn't look well. The float on this one's a little bit higher at 50 million, so not a low flow. But again, I don't see myself finding a good opportunity on a stock like this one. I don't see myself trading a via breakout or like a 5-minute RB. Just doesn't fit my style. I'm gonna skip it, Peter. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, they had a proposed merger with a company called Alcon that has fallen apart. So the stock's dropping with the dissolution of that potential merger. Like you said, not tradable. This is a medical instrument company, not the sector that typically gets continued volume.
Yeah. All right, let's go move on. MNTS is the next one on the
Hints.
gap down list. And we are down 4.8, 405,000 shares traded, hard to borrow. So you cannot short it with interactive brokers. Under a million shares flow. I mean, there's just nothing to see here, man. This is, wow. Guys, get your garbage trucks out. This is just out of control today. No good, man. No good.
Yeah, they announced a secondary offering. I think that's the prime news. They also had interesting news that they're developing a 3D printed fuel tank to be flight tested on Vigoride 7. What the heck is the Vigoride 7? Oh, this is a space orbital service. So, okay. Anyways, I guess they're using a unique manufacturing process that uses metal-based 3D printing technology. So, I don't know. I don't know what that means in a commercial. What does 3D printing mean really in a when you're making metal parts? Like, are you using molten metal and actually, I don't, anyways, we already have like injection molding and all sorts of different approaches. I don't know how significantly different this is, to be honest. I mean, certainly, I doubt it looks like your home 3D printer. So, especially if you're making a fuel tank for a spacecraft, I gotta believe they've got some slightly more advanced and complex process than, you know, again, the 3D printer you're going to put in your
You
house.
print something, unless it's like a fitting tool, you print it to see if it fits properly, then you do the actual
Uh,
metal
no,
piece. I don't know.
no idea.
I don't know. It's the only use I could think of, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. What else? What else? RCAT. RCAT. And
This
what we
one we've
have here?
certainly seen before.
Yes, RCAT's been on our list plenty of times. On here again today, and we always we never actually look at it. Let's see how it did yesterday. So yesterday it did have a nice push up here. It did gap up. It did move up. Without looking at a live chart, I mean, this looks like it did very well, but you could tell here the volume is very light for the most part here in this stretch. So I don't know, man. They have 2 good days back to back here, Peter, on the daily.
Mhm.
Does that do anything for you?
I don't know. We were talking about ONDS, RedCat ONDS, sort of similar field here. I don't see any specific news on RedCat, so I don't know why they are moving. But no, it's not enough to interest me really. I mean, their volume's pretty low this morning. I don't believe that it's going to move. Yesterday, ONDS actually had a decent move. Remember, it was just 2 days ago we were saying, will it break and hold $10? And now it's a $12 stock. So, it's not insignificant. That's a 20% move, Carlos. So, I know 5% moves don't interest you, but
Yeah, 5%. Yeah, what are we talking about here? Like, come on. I can see Warren Buffett looking at me like, look at this fool.
Yeah. Right.
Oh boy. All right, friends. LKNP Q89. Yeah, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. Thank you for joining.
That must be one of Elon's kids. No.
Yeah, is one of his kids named something like that, like a formula or something?
Yeah, he named it after like some suborbital ultrasonic space aircraft or something. I don't know. I always forget the name. It's got an AE thing, and I don't know how you. I wonder how how does he call him for dinner at home? I wonder what the abbreviation is so they can actually have a conversation. Anyway.
Yeah, there's some interesting choices of names. I was at my kids' basketball school, and there were some kids with their names. I'm like, how did they decide to do that to you? Like, yes, it's cute now when you're small. When you're bigger, this is gonna be it's gonna be intense for you. So good luck, my friend. All right, let's continue here. And
AE12. He's not afraid. Yeah, Musk, man. I don't. He has 14 kids. 14. I guess when you're the richest guy on the planet, you have kids with whoever you want.
Yeah. He's trying to populate Mars, I guess. I don't know.
I guess
starting early. Taking his whole family out there.
Names. Talk about imagine calling. So this is the Elon household at Christmas time. Children, it's time to come for dinner. Come on down. Nevada, Vivian, Griffin, Kai, Saxon, Damien, XAEA12, Exa, Strider, Azure, Techno, Arcadia, and Selden Lycurgus. Oh, and Romulus. He's got a kid named Romulus. Of course he does. What the?
I don't know if you gave me electronic brands and a couple of pharmaceutical formulas. What?
I think you're probably feeling pretty smug if you're Griffin, because at least you have a reasonable name.
I have a name.
Anyways. All right.
Oh boy.
I know they live in different houses, but yes, because I think he's got 14 kids with I don't remember how many it is, 6, 7 different.
Oh,
women.
6, 7, Peter. Look at you.
Oh no, don't do that.
6, 7. I want an emoji.
Please stop it.
I want a 6, 7 emoji in chat. I'm gonna have to get our developers to do that.
Do not do that.
They're probably gonna laugh at me, but
if you do that.
And I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna take off this clip from YouTube and show it to my son. Look, Peter's saying 6, 7. I'm gonna do that.
No,
yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
I don't know why that angers me. That whole thing, that really just, it's so dumb. It angers
We got him, guys. We got him. 6, 7. Yes, it is so nice. All right, let's continue, friends. Last one on the list for the gap down is BP. And they were up yesterday, and today they're not loving anything, so they're down. They're not part of the Venezuela stuff. What's going on with these guys? So they're down 2% here. 480,000 shares traded. Again, not really tradable. Even with this move they're getting here, it won't be on my list, Peter.
No, No, this is a sector that I normally just avoid altogether. We already mentioned it, right? With the activity that's going to be happening, or the anticipated activity in Venezuela. Venezuela's got massive oil deposits, right? I mean, that's been everybody sort of acknowledged that. What's fascinating is that the administration said they're going to leverage, of course, the U.S. oil producers to help, improve extraction. Generally, the oil is considered to be of a lower standard, lower quality than what the U.S. normally accepts. So they might be able to. I don't know, maybe there's a way to improve it. Obviously, through refinement techniques, they might be able to make it acceptable. But there's going to be a lot of work if that's going to become a reality. It hasn't stopped some of the oil companies from moving. Not only U.S. ones that we can see BP, which used to be called British Petroleum, moving as well. Carlos, yeah, not going to hit my target list here. It'll be interesting to see where all this goes. Because
Yeah.
you know what happened, right? The UN has convened an emergency security meeting to talk about what the U.S. has done. Will it just be talk? Will they take action? I don't know. It's just weird times right now. So the market, I said, has been trundling along its way with minor, impacts. So yeah, we'll just see where it goes.
Yeah, we definitely will. Um, people are triggered
Have you
by
seen
6-7. Triggered by 6-7 in chat.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Peter.
It's interesting how the clip has gone viral. The clip from Jack Ryan. If nobody's seen the show Jack Ryan with what's the guy's name? He's married to Emily Blunt, and why can't I remember his name? Anyways, Krasinski, John Krasinski, Jim Krasinski, whatever his name is. Anyways, there's a good clip where he talks about Venezuela being the biggest risk in the world, and that is it, John. Anyways, whatever. He had the Good News Network, right? Which was doing that during the pandemic. But anyways, it was just a part of the show, right? Because I think their third season or whatever, it all takes place in Venezuela, and it was just one of these things where, now, it shows that the writers knew their geopolitics, I guess, and everybody's like, oh my God, look at this, and like, there's so much stuff produced out there. There's gonna be something that's relevant.
Yeah, so, something's gonna hit.
To be that,
right? I won't be surprised if The Simpsons hit this one in some show back in 10 years ago. So who knows?
That's right.
All right, friends. Wow. Let's build the list. Let's build the list because we went through everything, gap up and gap down, and we did not find anything. I'm going with a lot of our usual suspects here as we run out of time. I'm gonna go with Nvidia, of course, and I'm gonna watch Tesla on my list. I'm gonna add here. I got SMR. I got Nvidia and I got Tesla, right? So those for now. I want to see what the moderators are watching a little bit later. Peter, you mentioned PLTR, so I think that's also worth putting on the list today. Again, I'll put it on here, and then I'm gonna leave some room to see if you guys mention anything that looks great here that we can add on. So let's go to the chat. What do you guys like this morning? And let us know. We'll look it up. But for right now, it looks like there's gonna be a lot of waiting and watching, Peter, to see where the action is going to be today. My goodness, look at ALMS. Wow.
Yeah, ALMS.
Wow.
I just went back to look at these three. It is it's running and gunning here. Look at that.
Hit 14 and just has taken off here before the market opened. Incredible. Very nice. All right, Oklo. Let's look at Oklo. A lot of people mentioning Oklo in chat. Let's take a look at that one. And it was in play yesterday. Actually traded very well. Today they're moving here for up 4.7, 1.3 million shares traded. Between this one and SMR, I think they're all like in that nuclear energy, whatever. So I'll put Oklo in the bottom. We can move it back and forth between SMR and Oklo. We'll see which one looks best at the market open. So I will have that on here. Did do well yesterday. Like if you look at his price action, did pop up and then went size for a little bit, then another move up. So again, it did do something there. SMCI. I won't look at silver, Steve, Michael, because again, I don't really trade it, but it is in play. It has been. If you like to trade those type of stocks, SMCI, we haven't looked at this in a while. Actually, it's been a minute since we put this on the list. Today they're up 2%, 760,000 shares traded. Not sure, but we'll have to wait and see how it looks a little bit later. I don't love it. We'll put it on a secondary. Yeah, it's been a while, right? Come on, put it in the
Yeah.
secondary. Let's see what Michael's up to that he's watching this one. Michael's a 6-year veteran in our chat, so he says, "Look at this. We gotta look at it." All right, so let's see what happens. All right, RKLB is next. Rocket Lab, pretty quiet right now. I don't see anything explosive on it. I do see a little bit of volume. It is gapping
Is
down.
that
Maybe trying to find some support. Go ahead, Peter.
was that punny? Well, do you mean to
What?
be punny? You saw nothing explosive. That's good. You don't want your rockets
Oh, that was
being
not. But
explosive.
hey,
Okay.
hey, hey,
All
hey,
right.
hey, hey. Good, good, good. See,
There
yeah,
you go.
things just
All right.
click. That was not intentional at
He's a
all.
poet and doesn't
Um,
even know it.
that's right, man. All right, what else, friends? So Rocket Lab, we'll keep it off the list for now. Over in our chat, SNDK. You know what? SNDK's been making a lot of noise lately. Look at this. They're back up to what is their recent high or maybe all-time highs. I'm not sure if they've been higher. I think it's their all-time highs. They're right back up here. But as far as day trading, I am not a big fan. I don't like the way they day trade. I think they don't get excellent volume. So just be careful with this one. All right, friends, we'll stop it here. We did look at WVE earlier. And that's another one that, Peter, you're watching, I believe, right? I'm going to put it here on the list. That also is moving. We did talk about Wave Life. Was it this one? This was one that we spoke about earlier, but again, we had no idea if it's going to be trade well or not. So I'll put it on the popcorn list. Typically not one that we watch. Doesn't fit our criteria, but it is in play. There's no question. All right, friends. We'll stop here as we are tight on time, and let's go over to what's happening today on this beautiful Tuesday. Head over to bearwithterrorists.com, click on webinars, and you can see what's happening for the week. But today we'll focus on a beautiful Tuesday.
Indeed, you can go there and you can see all that's happening. And hopefully, you'll consider joining our community. It's a great place to trade with like minded people. And we have a whole bunch of educational material that's available for you. Today, we have our trade book and strategy sessions, starting with the small account trade book session led by Phil at 11 a.m. in the webinar room. At noon, Brendan takes over. This is the onboarding room for everybody if you want to learn DAS Trader Pro. It's one of the most common tools that we use. It's far from being the only tool out there, but it's one that we like. It's got sort of the right combination of effectiveness and functionality that really is necessary for active traders. If you want to understand more about how it works, or you just have questions to get answered, join Brendan in the onboarding room, no matter what class of membership you are. And tonight we've got our signature webinar. Megan will be taking over at 8 p.m. talking about how to make 2026 the best year yet. She's going to talk about how you can set a goal framework for this year and be successful. I should join in for that. I could use that. I am targeting 2026 being my best year ever, and I'm looking forward to it. So there you go. Join that webinar tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can be educated by Megan. And I will be disappointed. I'll put it out there right now, Megan, if there's not at least one carb reference, right? So we need at least one carb reference because she's famous for whether it's pizza or loaves of bread or donuts. There's got to be a carb reference somewhere. So, okay, noted. She's got it. All right. We'll look for what it is. Tomorrow, I want you guys to be telling me if you were there, what was the carb reference? So there you go. There's your challenge for tonight. All right. Yeah, that's what I say when people say, "Can I have a gluten free?" I'm like, extra gluten. You can put their gluten on mine. I'll take it. So, all right, those are our webinars for today. Hopefully, you'll take advantage. Don't forget, our Peak Capital Bootcamp has started, so you should be hot and heavy into some of the activities. We're getting started as always with the bang. There's a lot of stuff going on, so your group team meetings will be coming out this week if they haven't already. And then, of course, we've got all the regular scheduled activities. Go to peakcapitaltrading.com under the members section, and you can see where all of see the calendar of events and know where you need to be and when. So that's always exciting. And if you want to join us at Bear Bull Traders and be part of this trading community I was just talking about, then you need to go no further than our website. Check out the different options. You can go from the intro right through the elite annual and take advantage of whichever package makes sense for you. Carlos, let's set some levels. We've got just over 10 minutes till this market open. So yeah, we are getting close here to that opening bell.
Yep, absolutely, my friend. Let's get to it. Starting here, let me just clear this area so we have space to put our list. and we'll start with SMR. So not SMT, SMR. All right, SMR this morning was okay for me yesterday. We did get a nice trade on it, but again, it did take a while to actually develop, but you know, it treated us okay. High of the pre-market 20.32 today towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, previous day close. You got a bunch of stuff happening there. I'm going to mark down the low of the pre-market at 19.02, and once you do that, you're pretty much set towards the bottom there. Actually, there is an area just in case we drop. Look at this area support here, 1821. Look how much touches you have on there. So I think that's worth having down as well in case we do lose a lot of these levels that we have here in our pre-market and our daily chart as well. So towards the top above the pre-market high, we have a nice level at 20.95. You can see a lot of days opening and closing right around that area, some slamming right into it, so that's good. You definitely want to have that there. And then towards the top, the big level is going to be this one all the way up here. It's around 22.10. So you got a lot happening there. There is a minor one before that around 21.50. I think it's worth noting this stock, if you can get 60 cents out of the stock, you're in a good spot, right? It doesn't move a whole lot, so keep that in mind. You're not gonna get $1 or $2 on this thing here. So that is SMR. Pre-market action looking very active this morning. Let's hope that continues into the market open. 5.2 million shares traded, so we got some good volume there. Nvidia is next, my friends, and here we are up 1% right now. High of the pre-market 190.30 is where it's at. And if you look at the bigger picture on the daily, we're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, right? This being the top of the range most likely, and then this 188 being an area where it has found some good support over the last couple of days. We did dip below it, right? That's going to be the low of yesterday. So 186 was touched a couple of times, but it seems like these 3 levels, 186, 188, 190, where you're at now, right? High of the pre-market, and then 193.50, we'll call it, have been key levels for Nvidia as it's moving sideways. The range has gotten a little bit bigger, but for the most part, Nvidia on the daily and the bigger picture is just going sideways right now, and we're smack in the middle of these levels at the moment. As far as any more levels, we'll look outside of the ranges we just spoke about towards the bottom in case we do lose this range. I don't see that happening, but 184.48, and then towards the top in case we do decide to push higher, 195.83 seems to be a good area. But we got plenty of levels to go, both up and down, to get to any of these outer levels here on Nvidia. Next we have is Tesla. Tesla's, wow, look at that, a green day on Tesla. Green day on Tesla yesterday. So somehow managed not to give us, it gave us like 12 red days in a row here. Well, not red days, red sell-offs, right? Some of these gapped up, but sell-offs as far as the candle itself, all red into just yesterday, finally putting in a green. But today we're down. We're down on Tesla today. 447.11 is the low. 447.10 is the low of the pre-market, and you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Previous day close right where the high of the pre-market is, just slightly above that. So I'm not going to worry about that. Previous day close is going to be the main level there, as Jared likes to call it, the king of all levels. And then towards the bottom, 442.77. Maybe a little bit lower. It's just right there, 442.04 for Tesla this morning. So let's see what it does. One green day finally on there. Let's see if it can do another one today. But right now, looking a little bit weak as we're getting close to our market open. Last but not least for me, it's going to be POTR. So I don't have a whole lot on here. I'll look at what our moderators are looking at next and try to get some ideas of what they have on deck. But here's POTR, high of the pre-market 175.55. The low of the pre-market below the previous day close, down at 173.41. Once you do that, you're obviously within this big large day we had last week to kick off the year, and you're within that. And then yesterday, a small trading day, nothing crazy. Today, let's see if we can break up or down. Either way, it works for us. 178.20 is a good spot. And then if we look towards the bottom, we have 170.02. It's another area that we can get into if we do break this level. Right now, it looks at the high from yesterday, the previous day close, and the low from yesterday are the main levels you have in place right now that are somewhat in your way this morning. All right, Peter, what is our team watching today? Maybe we can get some ideas off of them.
Yeah, maybe. We've got a good variety of actually targets that people are watching. We'll start with Thor, who was in early with his list, going to be watching AMD and Nvidia. He's also got his futures contracts, so he'll be keeping an eye on. Jared's watching OKLO, which we did mention in passing, PLTR, SLS, which we didn't talk about, Zeta, ZETA, and WVE. Gary's going to be watching Micron and PLTR for shorts and Nvidia for a potential long. Nvidia is looking strong here so far this morning, so looks like a good direction. Mike's going to be looking at Nvidia and of course the scanners. Eamon's got mRNA on his list, one we didn't talk about at all. Megan is going to be looking at Tesla and PLTR. I've got a couple of SPACs that might be opening today. We don't care. They don't give us trading opportunity. Thor, oh, look at this. He's adding PLTR to his list. I've got Tesla, AMD, Nvidia, PLTR, SMR, and ALMS just for fun because it's moving so much here this morning. I just want to see what happens with it. Brian is going to be watching Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, CCJ, which is an interesting new one as well. And then Brendan's going to be watching AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, and OKLO. And Andrew, it's got his list in. He's going to be focused on, well, what you would expect, AMD, Nvidia, and Tesla. He's also going to be looking at SMR. So we'll see if SMR, it's got a lot of focus, but nah, it's sketchy, skeptical. I'm skeptical as to whether it's going to move, but it is on my list as well. We'll see where it goes. Whatever you do, trade smart, guys. Again, the year is young. We have lots of time, lots of trading opportunity here. So look for only good trades, take only the good ones. You are still doing valuable trading activity, even if you're just watching. Don't feel that you got to jump into something just to be active in a trade. Wait for your spot. So whatever you do, trade smart, everybody. We'll hand over to those in the chat room. That'll be Brian and Andrew trading live. Carlos and I are going to continue with you guys on YouTube. We'll re-merge the streams later, as we usually do, in about an hour.
Absolutely, friends. All right, take care, guys. Have a great trading day. All right, we'll leave these folks with Andrew and Brian, and we will continue here on YouTube and our good buddies on X. All right, we're also streaming on X, so good to see you guys there as always. Let's say good morning. Make sure everybody's awake. Good morning on X.
X is such a strange platform.
It is. I like the.
It's gone weird on me.
It's gone weird. I like the networking on it as far as keeping in contact with people. They got one of the best messengers. Instagram sucks. Instagram's messages, I get so much spam on there. It's unbelievable. But
Yeah.
but X is a little bit better as far as the messages go. So that works. But Instagram is just a mess. So I do like that part of it. I like seeing people's pictures here on X. We can communicate. So that's a plus. But the streaming, they got to do a lot of work on their streaming. It's nothing like YouTube. Obviously, YouTube's been doing this for years. They got to do some work there. It's a lot of features that are missing. It is very clunky. They gotta make this work better. But we're here, and we're happy to be. All right, friends, let's get ready. I'm gonna bring Peter right in here. There's Peter. We're gonna put him on the bottom there, and then we're going to bring our 1 minute or 5 minute, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll. All right, we won 2 good trades, and we want to be done. That's the plan. Let's see if that can happen. Nvidia, we have Tesla, and we have PLTR. As we get just under 2 minutes for the market open, Oklo, SMCI.
AMAT. You want to want, boy, Applied Materials is a tough trade. If you go Kufe, I'm probably saying your name wrong. My apologies. Applied Materials, we don't typically watch it at all just because it doesn't get enough volume. It just doesn't get the price action for active traders. So we'll see where it goes today, but I would stick to the Nvidias. Even Micron that you've got on your list there, I don't usually love that either. So, all right, here we go. That's my 1 minute alarm.
Yeah.
So we got 1 minute until the open.
Question in chat is ALMS shortable or interactive brokers? Yes, it is. So it is on SSR, but it is shortable. We have 350,000 shares traded. So interactive brokers does have shares for short right now.
All right, so Nvidia looks good. Let's put I got to put ALMS over here just because it's
Yeah, let's see what it
It's
does at the
just
open.
moving
We're
so
looking for,
much.
is it gonna sell off or what? But this thing is on fire, man. That is wild. Uh,
All right, we'll see where these things go. I do like Tesla.
mm,
Wow, Apple looks horrible. Okay, here's the opening bell,
Here it
guys.
is, friends.
Uh,
All right, let's take a look at what's happening here. There it is. There's the sell-off you normally expect on something like this. Let's see if it gets halted. Careful on that. Ah, look at the drop. Oof. Not good, not good. All right, PLTR doing some stuff.
all right, I've taken an early trade here on Nvidia. Let's hope it goes
Nice.
higher. Stop already at break even, and it came and took me out at break even. So okay.
Hmm.
That didn't, I
Quick one.
still think it's going to go higher, but well, I don't want to take a lot of risk on these things because they move so aggressively. If it can
Yeah.
go and keep going, then I'm all for it. If not, I'm not going to risk. So yeah, in and out, super quick on that.
All right. PLTR going and coming back. Tesla, man, showing some
Tesla's
weakness
dropping.
here.
Yeah,
Showing some
yeah.
weakness at the moment.
Just look at Nvidia. See, Nvidia is stacked to the top side, but it's suddenly looking. We was looking strong
Wow,
before the
Tesla.
open here, but
Oh man.
now it's dropping.
Oh boy, oh
Huh.
boy. All right, friends, just looking. Now, Oklo, nothing here. I'm looking for a engulfing pattern that we could join. Oh, POTR might be setting up for a good 1 minute ORB and the pullback here on the way up. That could be interesting. Not typically something I trade, so I'm not gonna take that. But yeah, back up. You're bouncing off the VWAP. That looks very nice. Tesla found the level 442.04. Right to it. I'm with you on Nvidia, man. Nvidia, if it settles down, stays above the VWAP, it can be a good long. Let's see how it does. That
Yeah,
it can be a good long.
Andrew's long Nvidia as well.
Yeah,
So
it is
got the
okay.
Andrew indicator, but it is dropping here. I did try it
Yeah.
again, and once again got out at break
Mm.
even. So
Mm-hmm.
so two break even trade. Technically, I think they're both slight
Oh,
losses,
look
but
at
we're
this.
talking
Yeah.
fractions of a cent. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought I'd try, but didn't really
Let's see.
pan out for me.
It's gotta settle down here. It's all over the place at the moment. Um,
Yeah, look at Tesla. Just Tesla's down today. It's
yeah, look, it broke this level again. And wow, it's just down right now. SMCI, Oklo looking at our, SMCI, nice little 1 minute ORB there. That I missed. I didn't, well, it was not on my primary list, so I didn't have it front and center. That's a nice 1 minute engulfing pattern on on Oklo, excuse me. The push. SMCI going the other way today, so feeling weak.
mm.
And I'm just not seeing anything I like right now, friends. Nothing I like. Wow. Tesla. You guys did Tesla short. You guys did that. Rhinos took Tesla. He already got some profits in on the short. Very nice, my friend. So a lot of people enjoying that short there. OTR is trying to hold here. Possible 5 minute ORB. To the long side and POTR. Just need a couple of seconds here to settle down. Nvidia's back up above the VIA, but man, every time it goes up, it's struggling. this continues, it might be
It's getting, yeah, it's getting shoved down every time
yeah.
it jumps up there. I am long a fourth time on it, taking a
Okay.
partial here. Let's see what we can get now. Come
Could
on,
be
let's go to the high
could
of
be a good
day.
one now. Could be a good one, Peter. Let's see. He's trying. He's got to get that 190.50
It's
above that.
trying.
Could be a very
I
nice
know
situation.
190.50 is what I'm looking
Yeah.
for my next partial. Uh,
Well, I wouldn't don't take too
but
much
it's
off if you get there, because it might break through. Oh, I see. It didn't get
oh, look
there.
at that.
Yes.
Came right back down to my break even. I'm out again.
It's
So I'm
trading like crap, man.
slightly red
Wow.
across these. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
not good. So oh
And
well,
so,
I
and if you
tried.
look at the
You know,
Atlas,
I've got what? Yeah.
yeah, if you look at the Atlas, it's bullish. Like it is, the Atlas is bullish on this thing. So
Hmm.
it is, yeah, it is all bullish on Atlas right now. So let's see if it can hold here.
See
Look at it, just look
oh,
at
am
it
I?
pop up again.
Oh,
That is, uh, that is not easy trading, guys. The way Nvidia is moving right now, this is
oh,
that looks
tell me about it.
long. That looks long to me, but given what's been happening with it,
I mean, I don't.
don't know if I want to jump in on it. Staying above the VWAP. Here it is. Come on, baby. In the meantime, Tesla finding somewhat of a support area here at 440. So this stock was just near 500 literally days ago. Just wild. Nvidia trying to hold the VWAP. SMR also not looking pretty. Very ugly here as we get past the 5-minute mark. So 5-minute RBs are in play now, trying to find something that looks good, but I don't see anything fitting situation right now. Nvidia looks the most interesting for long. There it is, 190.50. Oh man, I want to jump in on this. What's the strategy? 5-minute RB engulfing, but is it going to stay above the 190.50? Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's try it. Long 190.50
Yeah,
long here. You long too?
I'm long again.
Okay.
I'm long at 190.31. You can see this
Okay.
is my fifth trade on it, and it's being difficult. So it
Let's
really
see.
is.
The Atlas is all bullish, man. This should
I
try at
know
least
it's sort of weird how
191.
that
Right?
is.
Like let's get 191 if we can. I'll take a partial there. Let's see. It's trying. Look at this. It's all bullish. So I'm long
Yeah,
here for the 5-minute ORB,
yeah.
especially on the engulfing. If you look at the 5-minute, this looks awesome. Nice engulfing pattern there on the 5-minute. I do like that strategy. And let's see if we can get at least 191. Our stop is 190.10. Right. So we're giving about 40 cents. I would like to get at least 50 cents for the first partial, and then see if we can get at least $1 in the entire move would be ideal. But the way this is trading, that's gonna be that's a tough order we're asking for here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
You still got your screen in the chat room. I guess that's not a problem. You can leave it there.
Yeah.
Andrew's pretty heavy on Nvidia, it looks like here, trying to get it to go long. Carlos, I don't know. I don't know what Nvidia is really just
Yeah,
being difficult
it's
today.
difficult, man. Look at there it
I
is.
just got stopped out at break even again,
Mm-hmm.
so I just can't.
We're not
Yeah,
getting the continuation. So 190 is my stop here. I'm
no,
getting about 40 cents on it. It's just right below the V up, and I'm hoping that we can just slowly gather higher and higher. But 190.10, I'll bail
no.
on it.
Hopefully that didn't just spike me out. It looks like it really does look like it wants to
It's
go,
it
doesn't it? I mean,
it does, man. Look at this.
but
Look, I mean, even this here, like all signals are
uh,
long.
oh,
Um,
are you gonna stop
oh
me out
man,
before you go now? Come
uh,
on, Nvidia, don't do that to
it's
me.
not nice. Not nice.
No, not nice at all. Everybody's looking to partial at 191, I think. So,
Yeah, I
oh my
think
goodness.
That's the
That's
plan, but I don't know if we're gonna get there, man. I might take my chump change and run here. It just seems like if we get a rejection, the rejections are nasty on this thing. They're dropping pretty
mm,
hard when it's rejecting. So, look, see that rejection? It's just
yeah,
yeah, it's just bad, man.
yeah.
It's just
It's
no bueno.
that's too bad.
Yeah, see, it's just we're not getting that push. 190 is our stop. 191, no, 190.10, excuse me, 190.10. I might move it up higher too. Like if we start getting below the VWAP, I'm not gonna wait for 190.10. I'll just get out. It's most likely gonna flush. Yeah, see, look at that. That's not a good candle. This is not a good setup here, friends. Yeah, there it is. We're out. Yeah. Oh, I got a good feel on
No.
the out. Okay, nice. Got a good feel. We're out of it. It's not working. Our stop is 190.10, but yeah, see, if we hit the VWAP, it's probably just gonna go lower. This is one of those trades where all the signals were there. Just
Yeah.
look at this.
Look at it drop now.
Oh
Yeah.
my
That
goodness.
is
This is
crazy.
why you
Wow.
stick to your stops. Ah, I mean,
Yep.
wow. This is why you stick to your stops. Like don't play around. Peter got out when he needed to get out. I got out when I needed to get
Yep.
out. It's just this is a what? This is almost
You
a
know,
dollar drop and it's still going. Stick to your
who didn't get
stops.
out? Well, Andrew.
Who?
Andrew.
Oh,
he,
oh
he got
boy.
stuck.
All right,
Yeah.
hopefully he can do a Hail Mary and get out of that. He's done that before, but
He just jumped out. He finally
okay.
he did
Yeah,
jump
this
out,
is
but
this is not looking good for us here at all. It's not looking good. You garbage. Tesla's gonna get the truck today. This is Tesla's got the truck.
give it the old truck.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, what happened? It is just collapsing completely here. So there it is. All right, friends. First red trade of the year. So I am not 100% anymore. I was looking to hold that title for 2 more days, but that is gone. It's gone. First red trade of the year.
Oh no.
And that's it, unfortunately. I can't claim the title of 100% consistency. That didn't last long. All right. Let's see what we get here. But yeah, this is a great example, guys, why you just follow your plan. This might not come back. At least not right now. And for you to hold through, a dollar drop like
Tesla.
this, that's brutal.
Tesla
That is
just
brutal. Weakness all
Tesla just
across.
dropped.
Everything is weak. Tesla POTR coming. Oh, POTR. That's a beautiful VWAP breakdown. You guys take that? POTR, nice VWAP breakdown. Here's the breakthrough candle, pullback, and there's the confirmation. That is clean. Again, looking at it now without seeing how it actually happened, it looks like it was very clean here. NVO, and we'll look at Apple next. NVO this morning. Oh yeah, nice breakout. Tough trade here, unless you're doing the 5-minute ORB here. That could have been it. But yeah, look at it go. Very nice.
Wow,
nice.
AMD just headed down off the open. So it's
we have Apple trying to do in a reversal here. I don't have a strategy for the way Apple's set up right now, so I won't be looking to do anything there. But it is reversing here after a nice sell-off as well. And then let's go to our usual suspects. We had WVE, we had ALMS, just kind of dwindling down after hitting 22. So not much going on there. SMCI doing a bounce off the previous day close here back to VWAP. Oklo lost the VWAP, heading down. POTR back above the VWAP. See what POTR is doing here. Do your job, VWAP. Yes, on POTR, I agree. Nvidia's
Do your
coming
job,
back.
VWAP.
Yeah, it is. See now though, we took it for a 5 minute ORB. That didn't work. Now I'll be looking for a PLT. Look at the wick on the 5 minute. By the way, I'll be looking for a view at breakout on it. Look at the wick on the 5 minute on Nvidia. That is something. You don't see that every day. And not that it's a huge move. It's not, but just the way it's making the move is it's rather interesting. As far as we have breakout, it did get something going here. It's like right on VWAP, so we could still consider it. Let's see what this candle does. It's gonna be hard to kind of identify a good pullback here in a breakout with just the way it is set up right now. Let's see. Or it might just go. It might just go and not give us an opportunity. Someone mentioned IMSR. We spoke about this earlier. Oh yeah, look at the breakout, the pullback. Yeah, looks good. That is good. Oh yeah, Nvidia just went. Nvidia gave us no play whatsoever. This could still be a 5 minute ORB, but I don't.
Wow.
I
Look
don't
at
like
Nvidia
it.
go back.
I know. It's right back up. It's crazy.
It's just
That's
what a difficult trade. I was looking at a short if it was going to bounce off the VWAP. I was thinking, well, if Nvidia really wants to go down, then maybe that's where the short is. But it pushed through it, so now I don't know what to make of it. So
yeah.
it's a little bit all over the place. We did have numbers that came out. Remember, I was mentioning that we did have the S&P Global Services PMI came out a little bit lower than expected, not significantly. 52.9 was the forecast. 52.5 was the actual number. So just moderately lower. The market doesn't care, as predicted.
Yep. All right, here we go. Nvidia. I was looking for a pullback, but it's just gonna look at this. Wow, Nvidia, you are something else. There's the break, 191 now. Get a little bit of rejection there. I was considering getting back long. If it gave us some kind of pullback and back up, I would have went long there, but it did not. And that was our target, 191, and now it's gonna just shoot up. Ooh, yeah, you guys long Nvidia? That was a nice move. This is it. Look at this.
Wow.
What a move, my friends.
Look at that move.
Did you guys take this? You're not getting in. You're not getting lag. No, there shouldn't be no lag. Hopefully not. Make sure you refresh on YouTube, but you should be good. I don't see any. Yeah, our render time is very low, 21 ms, so no lag issues on our end. Wow. Let's see, friends. What else? Let's go through our list. We have ALMS here. We have WVE, SMCI, failed the view at breakout. Oklo did have view at breakdown here. Yeah, that would have been okay. VLTR did take off. We were looking for the view at break. It did not give us a pullback. A lot of stuff was just gains to the view up and just taking off, like Nvidia, and they're not giving us the pullback, which is for my strategy, right? So that is tough to trade. MU, same thing, very similar to to AMD. AMU took off, AMD drop and coming back here. Let's see here. I'm still in the TSLL short. What's your entry? Are you swinging it? Oh no, Tesla. You're from this morning. Oh, that is a great short. Good stuff, man. IBIT. No, I don't see anything here. For me, for the way I trade, right? So, oh man, Nvidia. Wow, very good, very good. And now I just don't see anything else I like, friends.
No, I don't either.
No, I don't see anything else. So we're just waiting here. We'll go to the list here. ONDS, the one we've been talking about with the last couple of days, did not do much. Friends, reminder, we're today with another funded account giveaway. So stay tuned for that. We'll be giving away another funded account for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members of the channel later on today. So stay around for the possibility to win that.
Stick around
here on the live stream,
oh,
right? So
look at that Nvidia.
Yeah.
God, Nvidia. Why
insane.
Nvidia? Why are you being that way?
Insane. What a move. What a move. Tesla doing some stuff. Still very early, guys. Don't rush it. Let's see if Tesla can give us a VWAP breakout. We have tons of time and opportunities here. We just got to be patient. But man, Nvidia, why couldn't you pull back here, get me in and take off, huh? You're being so mean today, and it is gone. 192 coming up. Mohammed's gonna win again. No, Mohammed got lucky, man. You know what? When you look at the numbers of the giveaways, it's not a lot of you guys, right? It's like 116 of you. So the chances to win twice are very, very high. We're giving away probably already around 7 or 10 of these codes, right? So, we'll do it again today. So good luck, guys. Good luck. And I don't want to implement a rule that you only get to win twice. Hey, man, if the trading gods say you get another one, you get another one. Who are we to decide what the trading gods want to do? Yeah. No, what we do is we'll do you're allowed to win twice, right? After you win the third time, you don't get it. We'll do something else, right? We'll give it to somebody else. I think that's fair. But at least twice, if you win twice, why not? Get 2 chances. Get 2 chances. All right, let's see, friends. Look forward to being lucky today. Well, if you're not in the Lambos and Garbage Truck fam, you won't be able to get it, right? So you gotta be in green on the chat, and you're in. That's Nvidia's 191.99. It's the high for Nvidia right now, and 192 the way it's going here should be no problem. Apple doesn't want to go down. Let me put Apple here on my list. Yeah, it's kind of found a support here. Like a lot of things are doing that now. If you look at Tesla, same thing, trying to find a support there, and seeing what's going on here. SMR found support at the previous day close. Apple just found that whatever level this is here. I'm not sure what's ending on the daily, but around 263.70. Apple has found some support. VWAP catching up on it. SMCI at the VWAP. SMCI. I like the way it's moving around the VWAP here. Doesn't move a lot though. Yeah, me too. I'm waiting for Tesla breakout on the VWAP. Same here. I think that's next best opportunity that's setting up here. So we gotta wait. But yeah, it's choppy now. It's going sideways, so there's no play right now. But if we get to the V up and we do our move, I think that's definitely one I'll take long. Nvidia rejecting here. And Nvidia. MU long from VWAP. That's a good trade, man. If you took this, you're up quite a bit here on MU. Nvidia 190, yeah, I think so, man. I'm not sure of 193, but I think Nvidia does look like it wants to break 192. You got a decent pullback. This is a regular normal pullback. Let's see if it can get up here. And if it breaks that, yeah, I don't see why not. And if you are, if we look at trading terminal, Nvidia looks, everything looks bullish on Nvidia.
It does.
Everything looks bullish, yeah. So be careful if you're trying to short it here. Not saying that cannot come back down, but our Atlas looks bullish all the way up to 193.50. So yeah, look at that. Look at that go.
Wow. Carlos, dude, Andrew's dreaming about you now.
Yeah, he's dreaming about me. What happened? What did I do? Hopefully I didn't.
He said he had a dream where he kept calling your wife in the middle of the night, wanting to tell you a story.
Then I kept calling my wife?
No, Andrew did. Andrew kept calling your house in the middle of the night, and your wife was answering. So,
and you wanted to tell me a story?
Yeah.
Well, that must be a good story. Couldn't wait till the morning.
Apparently not. Apparently not. All right. So finally, we did touch 192 here on Nvidia. So it's
192. Yes. 182.17 is the high here on Nvidia. So very nice, very nice. All right. Yeah, it's gonna go, man. It wants to go. Atlas says it's gonna go. Everything is saying we are going this morning. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up on the stream. We appreciate it very much. We really love your support there. It helps us out a ton. We're hitting 992 people in chat. That's awesome. That's some good regular numbers that we're back at. So thank you so much for joining here. We appreciate you very much. Hit that thumbs up. Our goal is 400, and we're usually pretty good at getting there. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. All right, Tesla for the win. Ain't up, gone 4YH. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. Good luck today on the giveaway for the funded account from tradingterminal.com. You are in. And later we'll do the raffle a little bit later. And good luck to you, my friend. All right, so Tesla,
Nvidia.
Samar Sin 5069 joining for the first time. Excited to be trading with us. Excellent. We're happy to have you here. Make sure to subscribe. Come back. We're on every day the market is open. As I look for my next opportunity.
I don't know, Carlos.
What's up, man? You're not feeling it today?
Tesla.
No.
I'm just not sure if I should have got back into Nvidia.
You said Tesla. What?
No, yeah, I said Tesla. I meant Nvidia.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. It wasn't my trade, but I see the move now, and you're like, oh, it looks obvious, but it didn't at the time, because we were having this whole problem all morning where it just was not. Not doing anything all morning. I mean, it felt like all morning, but it was really only, I had 5 trades in the first 8 minutes One, two, three, four. Yeah, 5 trades in the first 8 minutes. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just down like a couple of bucks. Like it's pretty much break even. And,
Yeah, yeah.
but I wasn't in for that big move. So,
For
oh
the
well,
big, yeah,
anyways.
yeah. But
This open
again,
trading,
the big
open trading's
move
tough.
gave us no opportunity, man. It just went like, like it just took off. At least for me, right? I was looking for my regular trade here, didn't get it. But yeah, man, it's sucks, sucks. Um, Now it's getting a little toppy on 192. Atlas is losing some support to go higher here. Not by much, but you see the Atlas is turning around. There's not as many orders as they were before we got to 192. So we might struggle a little bit. Not saying it's gonna be a short, but we might struggle a little bit to go lower here. Excuse me, to go higher.
Right.
Joe, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. So we'll have to see where it goes there. I love the garbage truck GIF with Carlos and Peter in it. The best. That's how I see the markets. That trade like crap. Yes, that's exactly as you see it. Garbage trucks for all these crappy markets. There it is.
Garbage trucks all the way.
Yeah. Wow. And Tesla is going lower, friends. Wow. Oh, wow. It could not hold here. I was expecting it to level off 438, hit the VWAP, give us a break to at least 445, but no. Says weak, and down we go. So not looking good. Oh, POTR at the VWAP. Apple at the VWAP. You guys didn't mention this one. Apple at the VWAP. I'm gonna go long Apple, guys. I know I just tuned into it, but I like the setup. I'm gonna go long Apple.
Oh,
VWAP breakout.
really?
Get a nice pullback. Yeah, let's see if we can get the break here. Yeah, it's not explosive like an Nvidia right now, but I do like this
The level
this here.
The Atlas
Let's see.
doesn't look that good. There's not much going on there. So
And I did not. You know what? I didn't pull the Atlas on this one. I just took it. I did not pull the Atlas on this. I should have done that.
There's take a look at the Atlas now. You'll see there's not much happening.
Yeah, so
It's
listen,
pretty empty. So
if anything, it looks weak. All right, let's see. Right, not the best. I should have looked at that. 264, 30.
Tesla was the trade, Carlos. If we just taken Tesla
and
short
Nvidia
off the open,
and
Nvidia
long. If I would have taken it here, that would have worked out. Tesla short continues. Some of you guys took it short. Some of you guys took TSLL short, and you're crushing it right now. So nice. T Weezy, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck. Great to have you. Thank you so much for being part of the community, and good luck today on our funded account giveaway. All right, let's see. Apple. I'm long here for the VWAP breakout. Here's the breakout. Here's the pullback, and then she's got the consolidation. I'm hoping for the break of this area, and stop is 265.30, just below this wick, just below that wick. If we go below that, then we're not really in play here. So about 35 cents stop, and let's see if we can get something going here. So VWAP breakout on Apple. Second trade of the day. Let's see if we can go 1 for 1 at least. Or no, 2 for 1. Lost one. Let's see if we can get one.
2 for.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. POTR at the VWAP, friends. If you're looking for another VWAP breakdown, see if this meets your criteria. It's breaking down here, pulling back. Not ideal. But if you see some more weakness, that could also be another nice VWAP breakdown. So just match it up against your trade book. See if it makes sense to you before you take that. All right. I feel Apple's going to take a long time to do anything. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But
seems like this is going to be another SMR.
Yeah.
That's okay. What else am I doing? What else are we doing, friends? Right, I'm just sitting
What
here.
else have I got to do?
Where do I have
I
to
was
rush
like,
to?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, all right,
where am I going?
all right. That's a good attitude. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, look at so.
It's actually warm outside today. I'm surprised we're gonna get a couple of warm days here, Peter. I'm not sure about you, but
Okay.
yeah, today's gonna be 41. That's awesome. 46 tomorrow. 46 tomorrow. I'm bringing out the shorts. That is crazy. um, that's 20 degrees higher than what we've been getting over the last couple of days. So I'm excited for that. That's like summer. Yeah, Coach Umberto, 46. Woo. If you've been hanging out at under 20, that's nice. That's nice. All right, let's see here. We're getting our move. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to do here. Let's see if Apple wants to get going. So we got the breakout. You know, Atlas still doesn't look very bullish on Apple. So I'm inclined to be taking in a partial pretty soon here, just in case we're not gonna hold. Oh wow, okay. Take a partial here.
Look at that.
Apple.
You did get the move on Apple.
Yeah,
right.
somehow, some way, man. I was skeptical on it, but pattern was there. Some of the signals were not as great. But we got the move here.
I didn't think you had a good chance on that one, but all right, that worked.
Yeah,
out.
and after I got in it, you told me look at that. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it did not look good, and it doesn't look great, right? And again, it's just one indicator. It doesn't always work 100% of the time, but man, it's worked a lot for us. So we put a lot of weight in it, because it's helped us quite a bit here.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm showing 266 as the area, 7,000 orders up there. So if we can get to 266 and then it collapses after that, I'm very happy. I am very happy at 266. So, I don't think it's gonna go green, but we will be hoping for 266 with our next partial. Infinity Trinity sounds like a Matrix name. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck. Good to have you. Awesome little. I like the picture here. What is it, like a beach with a rocky beach? Very nice. Love it, love it. Welcome.
I guess if you've been watching The Matrix, you got Trinity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Key character after Neo, his muse.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like that's a series I could watch again and probably catch so many things that I missed. There's so much going on with that movie.
The first one's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and the third one I was like, what was the third one? I'm like, what did I just watch? Like, where are we going here?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
There's a decline. They still have some good action sequences in them, but yeah. The plot gets a little less.
Yeah, it gets messy.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, Apple, what are we doing here? I'm gonna take another partial soon if we start dropping lower. Just protect the profits. But now Atlas is looking more in my favor here a little bit. Besides these lower orders here, this is looking a little bit better short term, towards 266. But again, you got these heavy orders down here at 263. It doesn't help. So let's see if we can maintain this. Yeah, stick around for a little bit on it, see what happens. AMD testing VWAP. Yes, I see that. AMD at the VWAP right now, so be on the lookout for that. What did Nvidia end up doing? Oh, Nvidia did turn to a good short. 192 gave you $1 plus there.
Yeah.
The VWAP. So it did give you that. And POTR, wrapping stuff on the VWAP. Tesla. Okay, Tesla's still in play, guys. I mean, I think Tesla is so active. If we can get it to the VWAP here, for me, for the way I trade, I think that would be a nice one. So we'll have to wait. But I do like the way it's setting up here. All right, Apple's coming back. Our stop now is at break even. We got one partial in. We're looking for more if we can get it. But now our hard stop will be break even on this one. So hopefully can hold on to some of these moving averages and head higher. Our secondary list, Oklo, not much going on. SMCI, garbage. ALMS, basically trying to do something. Lost 22, came all the way down, trying to find support 1850. And this thing is up still 130%. Wow. So careful, friends. Yeah. Careful. WVE was another one that was high flying this morning. Did drop at the market open. As you expect, people taking profit of the pre-market action, right? I mean, this thing was at $15 yesterday, shot up to $19.50, and now trying to recover here on its way back up. My Apple, not doing a whole lot right now, but let's see. All right, friends, what do you guys got? What did you guys when you realize Neo is not the one? Oh yeah, agents. yeah. And by now we shouldn't be.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. Agent Smith is. Agent Smith, did good. It's good acting in that movie. A lot of great lines came off of that. Mr. Smith. All right, Apple's not looking great. Might be bailing out on it here. And I'm just looking. I don't find anything else. Nvidia at the VWAP, Peter, if you want to look for a short.
Nah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to trust here.
Oh. Yeah, Nvidia. How do these people get my Telegram number? Like, how are they finding this?
How do they find me?
How are they? Who's this? I don't know how they find this.
It's the price of fame, Carlos.
Or Lena. Well, she ain't asking for trading advice, I'll tell you that much.
Well.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. All right, Apple. Let me pay attention. Apple is interesting. Came right to the VWAP and just bounced. Are we bouncing from here? We're not gonna add on. We're not gonna add on this.
Nvidia is just being difficult today. Look at that bounce off of VWAP.
Oh wow, yeah, look at that go.
It just keeps...
Did Andrew go back in Nvidia? I would assume he did. He got a very good move
at VWAP. Yeah.
Meaning,
yeah,
he took.
He got in on that.
Okay, he did take that. Okay. All right, good.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And then he got out when it came back down to VWAP. But I wish, I wish I'd been in on that.
Yeah.
Not, I don't know. It's not my trades.
Apple's gonna go lower. I'm gonna get down on Apple. It's not trading well. Here it is. Are we gonna bounce off the VWAP like Nvidia did? It's the only reason why I'm having jumped out of it is because I'm hoping the VWAP is. I like the way this candle's set up here. I'm hoping it's gonna hold, but it's looking rather weak. So we'll wait, see if it holds the VWAP. We're ready to bail on it. Are the buyers showing up or not? These are some good It's trying to put in some good candles long, but it's just struggling. Is Tesla near the VWAP already? Tesla, almost. Needs a little bit more. But we are paying attention to it because I think it's got some momentum and I'm hoping that it can do something. All right. If you're not going to hold the VWAP, I'm going to bail on you, Apple. We're ready to get out of this trade. Atlas is pretty. Atlas right now on Apple is pretty balanced out. Like you can go either way, long or short now. So now you can go either direction. Here. Hands on the hotkeys. As we wait. Bounce from Friday's low. New candle. Not good. We're out. Okay. Yeah. We're out. It's probably going to go lower here. All right. So out the rest on
it does
Apple.
look like it at this point.
Yeah. And the Atlas is actually pretty balanced out. It might just go up from here. Who knows? But there's no clear indication of who's in control right now on Apple. POTR. Tesla, still not at the VWAP. Nvidia, bounce off the VWAP. SMR, nothing. And yeah, I don't. There were some opportunities today, but not some easy ones, Peter. There were some really, like Nvidia took a lot to actually get going here. And look at that, it might actually go higher now. Nvidia's trading well depending on what your strategy is. Like if your strategy meets any of these things that it's doing right now, it is trading well. Bounce off the VWAP breakout. Now I might go for a half the day breakout. Let's see if it has the strength to get above this 192.17. So here was the worst part of Nvidia, really. If you look at Nvidia, it was this area here was brutal. After that, it had this breakdown and then it became, this is really nice trading actually. This is really good. All this is really nice. Just this first 15, not even, first 10 minutes were just messy. Tesla, Apple, trying to hold the V up there. Let's see if Tesla gets up to the V up, but it's struggling. And I don't find anything else. Let me go to chat. Let's see what the chat room is doing. What are our boys up to today over in chat? Friends, if you want to see Andrew and Brian trade live, you could do so. Head over to bearwithtraders.com and all the information is there on how you could join and see those guys take the action there on the chat, right? So definitely take a look at that. Oh, Brian's got the sign back? Yeah, this is too much back and forth for me. I can't get used to this. This is too much back and forth. I like the sign on Andrew's wall. I like it on Brian's too, but I don't know. I don't know.
The sign, right. Brian, yeah, that's true. I actually didn't even notice that. Brian, you're right. He's got the sign back. Wow.
He's got the sign back.
Okay. I thought Andrew was going to buy him a new one and he was keeping that. That's I can't keep track.
Yeah.
These guys with their sign swapping.
Yes. Insane trader, not an easy day. Yes, this was not an easy day. Not an easy day. We are still red for the day. We have one small green trade, one total red trade on Nvidia. So we're red for the day, but it has not been an easy day. But we can't complain. We just came off two really nice days, right? So you're gonna have those difficult ones. Today was one of them. But the last two trading days have been awesome. Let's hope that that continues. And again, it's still very early. Not even an hour into the market open. Still a lot can take place if you're trading later in the day. So just got to be patient and wait. We just got to be patient. Look at that WVE, one of our is it popcorn tickers today? Yeah, one of our popcorn tickers is rocking. Exactly. Yes, insane trader. Exactly. ALMS lower. SMCI nothing. Oklo nothing. All right. Look at Apple. Breaking down. All right. Anything we miss? Anything you guys got an eye on that might be worth pulling up here?
I am
Peter,
just
you?
keeping
Anything?
my head down.
Yep.
No, I don't. I just don't see anything. I'm trying not to. I desperately want to make back the few bucks that I lost, but I
Mm-hmm.
know that it's not smart, right? Because I don't
Mm-mm.
actually see anything that's really setting up properly, and that's always a risk,
Yes.
right? When you start just chasing things.
Yeah. Yep. Sit and wait.
Yeah.
SNDK, I see you guys throwing that out. What's going on? Oh yeah, SNDK had a monstrous day. I mean, this stock opened up at 287. It is up at 337. It's the high, 333 right now. I mean, this is just some wild movement. But more impressive, look at the daily on SNDK. I mean, September,
Mountain Flush.
$52 in September. Wow.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
people are buying SanDisk. What is this? The little the memory chips.
Yep.
What is going on?
I think we have this conversation every
SanDisk.
time.
Yeah, Optimus.
Yeah.
We got the Optimus GX Pro 8100. Whatever that is. There's got to be something else going on too, right? This just can't be this. There's got to be some other news that's driving the heck out of this thing. These cards alone won't do it. It's got to be something else in the works. Memory AI, memory centric AI. Everything is AI. Everything is AI.
Well, they're certainly working hard to make us feel that way.
Yeah. Cutting edge. I love it. Are they doing are they building data centers for AI?
I don't think so. SanDisk?
Yeah, well, what the hell? They got some servers. What the hell could be driving them? Yeah, there it is. Pushing data center possibilities to fuel and mobilize the future of AI capabilities. That's what's driving. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that could be so powerful. It's not your camera SD card. Nobody buying that.
No, well, we knew that wasn't it.
Yeah, so but look at that. That's what it is. And they're building a lot of these. So, man, September. Watch it go here. Very, very nice. You go, Peter, if you want to buy a 7.6 terabyte, just 3,900.
How do you know I was in the market for that?
You can put all your stuff in here, all your memory. Your memory, your kid's memory, everything can be put in there. Internal SSD. Jeez. All right. Back to what's happening. Apple lower. POTR hitting the high of the day. Tesla slowly but surely. We're getting to the VWAP on Tesla. Slowly but surely. We're I don't know if the VWAP. I don't know if I don't know if Tesla's getting to the VWAP or the VWAP is getting to Tesla. It just looks like just looks like it's not doing anything. The VWAP is just getting closer and closer. So we'll see. POTR did a great move, guys. This was nice. Look at that, man. Oh, excelente. And Intel. SDD and RAM are both by AI company. Yes, correct. Yeah, our ball. Yeah, okay, so you're saying. Yeah, yes. No, absolutely. Absolutely. You're going to need a lot of it because that's what everybody's building. It's just these data centers. So that's the future.
Yeah.
That and you definitely want to be, you definitely want to open up a business of air cooling, central air, and electricians, and wherever these data centers are being built. You definitely want to do that. Intel. Looks like the fun is over on ALMS. For now, at least. I found some spare DD4 sticks in my stash. I might get some money for that. Trade it in. It's probably worth more than when you bought it. Trade it in. I remember when SSD first came out, the prices were so ridiculous. Like when it first came out, and I got one because before that's where you used to store your pictures and stuff like that. And the guy's like, "Yeah, this one doesn't make no noise," and it was nice to not hear those the disc running on the. I got one on here. Got one of those old ones. Where did I put it?
I
They're
don't.
massive. They're
I
like
saw
book
that you
stands.
mentioned Micron. You guys mentioned
Yeah.
Micron here at the high of day. It looks pretty flat to me. It made a decent move for Micron up higher. Um, it
Mm-hmm.
didn't really give you any volume at the high of day, so who knows what it's gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Not a great trade in my opinion. PLTR moving higher right
Yeah.
now, so
POTR is. Yeah. Yep. It's definitely doing it right now. Yes. No spinning drives for me. Only USB backups. Oh yeah, now spinning drives are a thing of the past. I mean, that's not many people are using that anymore. If you recommend one stock to buy right now, what would it be? Oof, I have no idea. No idea.
yeah. Short answer, we don't
What's
do
the
that.
plan?
I
Yeah, well,
mean, when you
what's the
say
plan?
buy,
Mm-hmm.
when you say buy, I assume you're looking to buy and hold for a period of time. So now you're talking about
Yeah,
investment strategy, which is,
yeah,
very, very valid. It's just not, our focus here. I have
yeah,
I
yeah,
have a professional for that. I hire a guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It depends what your plan is, right? What is your plan? What is your plan? Hire someone, mutual. If you want to do it yourself, look into mutual funds. Go to your broker and make it simple. It depends. It's so many things, right? So it depends on so many things. What is your goal with buying right now? So it's to trade. Well, you're looking at it. If it's to trade like day trade, we're actually looking for that right now. So we're looking for what is next to trade. At the moment to buy right now, I don't see anything that hits my strategy. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a VR breakout on Tesla. I'll be looking for that. So I'll be definitely buying that if we can get the breakout, can get our strategy of VR breakout. I'll take that for a trade. Nvidia, I'm not sure what Nvidia wants to do here, so leaving that alone. SMR bouncing off the VWAP, so I'm off the previous day close. So right now, my strategy is a VWAP breakout if we can get it. The best candidates for that at the moment is it's really Tesla. It's really Tesla's the best one right now. So especially after the nice drop we had this morning, it might have some room to the upside. So that is what I'm looking forward to right now. But it's not there yet, right? We gotta wait. We gotta wait for the setup. For me, it's not.
One of those ones. One of those ones we were watching at the Open, Carlos, ALMS. This is a good example of why you got to be careful on these ones. We talk about this all the time, but look at how it moved pre-market, right? And you were like, man, this thing's going off to the races. Over the course of just our show, it went from what, $15 up to 22. And look at it now, right? It's just really dropped. So, you got to be careful about assuming these things are just going to keep going. And I don't, was it even shortable? I don't even know if this was shortable or not.
We have shorts on, we've intact the brokers. We got a couple of,
it is shortable.
300,000.
So, but still, like it's hard to take a short on a stock that's moving that aggressively higher.
Yeah.
And it didn't really give a great signal. So I don't know. It's just a tough one because it could very easily have done the opposite, right?
Yeah. Just never know. Stock is still up 112%, but again, it's just you never know. Did this one have news today, Peter?
Yes, it did.
Okay. There it is. The floodgates are about to open on this thing. We might see. It keeps going. Actually, no, we're not there yet. Surprised it no halts today on this one. So it was maintained pretty good. Didn't collapse completely. RGTI. Not much today. On RGTI, pretty quiet. Yeah, it's big drop. I mean, 22. I mean, this thing, never recover after that. They try to hold here, but again, it's just not having a good time. Tesla hovering right below the VWAP. This might be my next trade. So we'll see. We've been waiting for this for some time here. See if it's actually going to develop. We're starting to get a little bit of the sideways action that we normally get around this time. Lately. Oh, look at Apple. Apple back up on the VWAP. Let's see. Is there a specific news source you guys look at? So for news, I do a lot in the morning. I have the radio on. Bloomberg radio is pretty good, so just kind of have it running in the background. We got tradingterminal.com where we actually look up the individual tickers for news. And Bloomberg TV is pretty good. I like that one. So, but again, we're not heavy news traders, right? We want to know what's going on with the news, but we're not trading fundamentals, right? So for us, the news just needs to create volatility, and then we're going to trade our plan, right? We're going to trade our strategies, right? So as you hang around more with us, you'll see what we do. We'll go through our gappers list from trading terminal. We'll pull it up, see okay, what's the news today? Because some news we know for doing this so long that okay, some news is garbage. It doesn't trade very well. So if that's the news that's running something, we avoid it. But for the most part, what we're not doing is we're not looking at news saying, hey, this is a positive catalyst. The stock is going to be long today, right? Fundamental traders do that. Analyst traders do that. They try to figure out if it makes sense. But for us, it's just trade volatility, let the stock move in one way or the other, up or down, and now we're going to go look for our strategies to see if we can take advantage of it, right? So we just want the news to create movement for the most part. But yeah, a trading terminal and just the radio in the morning. So what I do sometimes. Lately, I haven't done it though. I haven't done it the last 2 weeks or so. I have not been turning on the radio because the holidays and everything else has been out of sync with the regular stuff.
Yeah,
Kids home too, right? It just went back to school yesterday, so it's been different for the holidays.
Yeah, I typically don't listen to the news at all. I get my news feeds, and that's about it. I don't want to hear what's happening.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Andrew.
sir.
My favorite group of people.
How are you?
I am good. I had a bad day, but like yesterday, but it's good. We're trying to survive. Um, Carlos, I had a dream last night that I called you in the middle of the night a few times, and your wife was picking up the phone and said, "What do you want?" Like, and I was messing up the time zone. I thought it was like 10 p.m., but it was actually 2 a.m. for you. Your wife was up, and I had nothing important to say. Like I was saying, "Hey, Carlos, by the way, I mean this street is really nice. The shops are very beautiful." Like, so dude,
That's awesome.
what? Why my subconscious made that dream? I don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. Love it. All right. Well, I'm glad you have me in mind, man. I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he misses you, clearly.
yeah.
Yeah, I love
Apologize
that.
on my behalf to your wife.
Yeah.
So,
Apologize to his dream wife in
Yes.
your head.
all right.
I don't
So
know.
we had a bad day. I had a really bad day on NVDA. I got chopped up really bad, but Brian had a really good trading day on Tesla. He shorted Tesla really nicely. How was your trading day, Peter?
I'm down a little bit. I was trying to trade Nvidia as well. I did not get that big move that you did. I took 5 trades before that because it looked long. The Atlas was telling us that it was long. It
Yeah.
just took a while to get moving, so it was a little bit of a tough morning on it. But I mean, it's not bad. I'm only down a couple of bucks, so we could hopefully make it up. But yeah, I'm feeling okay. But
Yeah, Brian had a really good day. He shorted Tesla, like really nice
Yep.
1 minute image breakdown. I was really busy with NVIDIA, otherwise it would have been a very nice short of Tesla. I think you bought some puts, Brian, yes?
Yeah, I was just trading the 444 puts. And yeah, I got a really nice drop on it. The last exit was around 438 on Tesla, but the puts moved really nicely. So, hey, and the reason I took that trade was Tesla was gapping down at the open, and it was looking really weak in the pre-market. And I always love to see the last couple minutes before the market open. I like to see further weakness, and that's what Tesla was showing. It was basically breaking to a new low of the pre-market as we opened. So it popped up a little bit at the open, and then I just shorted it as it started to break down. Always love to see the pre-market action sort of confirm the direction I'm thinking the stock's going in.
yeah, you jumped on that early, so it's good trade. You just stuck with your
Yeah,
strategy, Brian, and I mean, obviously you got a great move on Tesla, so nice.
Yeah, it seems to work. It seems to work pretty well if you can get that kind of pre-market indication just before the open.
Yeah, nice. Um,
Oh, nice. And you got a short on Tesla too.
AMD is going down to
And
S4. Maybe a reversal on S4. What do you think, Brian? It's AMD daily chart look like
uh, buy in Paris. Yeah, nice. Um, at S4 on what? Tesla? No,
on AMD. Are you in this with me?
on AMD. Yeah, it's coming down to that level right now. What's it look
On
like on
Atlas.
Bookmap?
On Atlas is
Hmm.
214.
So there
There
is a
is
big order at 214.
yeah.
213.85. It should bounce there.
All right.
We
What about this?
just
What about
took
we
out
do
that
this?
order.
What about we take a reversal on AMD on those four?
Well, it just hit S4 and it's bouncing now, but I'm not sure if it's going to hold. There's a lot more orders to the downside. Yeah, you see it's breaking to new low here. We've got another order at 213.
It's going down now. Hmm. It's gonna do a big breakdown.
Uh,
It's an interesting drop. I got a new sign. Brian took my sign, but I got a new Bear Bull Trader sign.
We keep trading back and forth. You got to get that up today
That's nice.
and put it on your to-do list.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it today after the show. This Brian stole my sign.
Is that what you had to call me to tell me that you got a sign?
Yeah, at 3 a.m. Your wife is picking up. Hey, Carlos, Brian came and pick up my stuff. Carlos, you're coming to Spain, yeah?
Yes, yes, I'm going. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I got my tickets
I'm
too. So
I'm short Nvidia. I took it for the breakdown here. Just took a partial.
nice. Oh, nice.
Got a little bit of a move here. Let's see if we can get below 190.
Yeah, good reversal
Oh,
could happen on AMD because let them sell off a little bit more. I might take a reversal on it. What time is it? 10:43.
mRNA, Moderna getting a pop here to the high 35.55.
Moderna.
Michael Romeo November Alpha.
Did you guys hear the Benzinga from my computer?
yes.
Yes,
Yeah, okay, so I'll stop it
loud
here.
and clear.
Loud and clear. Yeah, so Moderna, Eamon traded Moderna. I think he knows in Russia there's something going on.
Something going on. There's a pandemic happening in Russia.
Haven't got the breakdown yet on Nvidia. Looks like it's holding here.
How are the people in the chat room, guys? Any question, guys, in YouTube or in the chat? Um, did you do a Carlos funded account? We have a really good funded account. Like today, I think we had like a lot of people sending invoices. Now the funded accounts is ending. I think Dimitri was $9,000 today. He sent me an invoice.
Nice. No, we haven't done it yet. We'll do it in a few minutes.
Your mic's doing the thing again, Carlos.
Okay, so 213.40. Yeah, AMD is setting off. Is this level? I think it's hard to find the level right now, but AMD potentially 211. There's another level 206. This area, it's a little bit hard, but AMD might do a bounce. So if you already won a funded account and you want it again, Carlos, give it to someone else. Like it's not you shouldn't accumulate the funded accounts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, we only have
I
one person
agree.
that won it twice. Other than that, we've done a couple already, and it hasn't been repeated.
Yeah.
But this just means your chances to win are a lot higher, right? So make sure you sign up. You got great chances. But yeah, we only have one person that repeated. Is that hasn't repeated before that?
What a lucky guy. Mohammed, go buy a lottery ticket for me because you're so lucky.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
All right, so would you take a reversal long AMD, which is weaker than AMD? So yeah, I think a reversal on AMD is probably better than NVDA because it's really setting up way more. So I think I would prefer to take a reversal on AMD because it's getting way more extended. Maybe 211.81 would be nice. Um, yeah, below 212, maybe setting up for a good reversal. Because on the daily chart, again, look at the daily chart. The first level that I can find is really this level, kind of. And then this one is obviously more clear. It's also below S4, so it's getting to an area that could be possibly for a reversal. But so the volume is really increasing.
Getting a bit of a bounce off the SPY and Qs at the view app, but I don't know if it's going to hold.
Which one? SPY?
Because both SPY and Qs came down to the view app.
There's the drop on Nvidia.
Wow, nice short, Peter, on NVDA. Very nice. I'm glad I
Yeah,
got out
nice
of it.
short. Good short, Peter.
Took a little patience.
Nice.
Peter 6-7.
Don't
That's the
don't
man.
do that. Ugh. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it really, really does. Oh, nice. Chris Knox took the same short. Okay. I don't know that it's going to go that far. Like it's really just a short-term momentum drop. It'd be great if it went red. I'd love that, but I don't think that's realistic.
Kid, if you're an MD or AMD, you'd be it's well in the red.
Yeah. It's AMD's had a very weak day, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think both Lisa Su and Jensen Wong spoke at the the Consumer Electronics Show conference yesterday in Vegas, talking about their latest server designs, chip designs.
Okay.
We were talking about going to that next year, taking that show in.
Yeah. We'll go and do a live broadcast, do the pre-market show from the floor of
For
the
sure, yeah.
CES.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Let's see if AMD can go below 212 so we can get a reversal on it. I'm going to be a little bit patient, see if we can get below 212. So what's going to happen in Atlas is that, look at the market Atlas, guys. The order is going to go toward 212. But if you come down here, it looks like it's really extended. And then this orders started slowly coming back up, above 212. So right now, this big order might pull this price toward it. But I think slowly the other orders are stacking up after that. It seems to me like in a 5 minutes pre-extended for a small pullback. I don't want to go long now. I might miss the move, but I think this 212 seems like a good order, especially that below, around below 212 seems like somehow some sort of a support as well. So we'll see if you can get a reversal below 212 on that. Yeah, Brian. So, guys, remember, guys, Peak Capital, we started this week. So there's a lot of schedule. Make sure to check the Peak Capital website. Guys, remember, guys, Peak the funder account also, guys, make sure to check out your journal and send us the invoice. I think Dimitri got another $10,000. So he wanted to buy another funded account. So he sent us a invoice of $9,000.
Wow, he's taking your money.
Yeah, I think we should talk to Dimitri because he seems like a very good trader. I think we should talk to him, maybe an
You should only
interview or
be
something.
allowed. You should only allow him to do that once or twice at most.
Yeah, let's see at least twice because we can always sign up again with your own email and do it.
True.
Like it's very difficult to really fight these kind of things, but Dimitri seems like a trader from last year. Seems pretty good. Good for him. Um, so we usually send you an email. So this is his email. Like he actually won $11,000. So the max payout is zooming here. So the max payout is 10,000. So he said he wants to use $1,000 for the dust funded account and get another one to pay out. So Dimitri, it's pretty good. So that's very good. Congratulations. I'm glad that we got another person over that. So he started another one.
You got short the SPY. It feels like it wants to drop. We've lost
Short.
the VWAP now. Qs are back at the VWAP. Qs are going to drop below the VWAP too. Oh, here we go. There's another nice drop. There we go. Oh, yeah, beauty.
Nice. Tesla is going down too, huh? Oh yeah, Tesla is also saying off.
I'm trading SPX calls, which are a little bit squirrely. SPX puts, I should say, since I'm short the market.
Yeah, it looks like everything is going down pretty nicely, huh?
Oh,
So
nice.
So Fardin is asking about recapping my trade. So here's I only traded NVDA 4 times. So Nvidia, the open was gapping up. It was pretty strong, and we had really good market atlas on it as well on the bullish side. So flip this chart, like essentially there was a huge order and it was trading above the VWAP. So everything was ready for a breaking up. So right now there's big order at 189. So ignore this one. Imagine there's one up here. So it was pretty bullish at the open market atlas, and the price action was also pretty bullish. So I went long for a 1 minute open range breakup. It did drop. I got stopped out, came back up. I went long again, added multiple times. I got stopped out, and then went back again. So this is the third time. I think Carlos went long here as well. And then they really pulled the plug on me, and I got stopped out. So he really bad loss here. And then he came back up, and now look at the 5 minute candlestick. So the 5 minute became like a doji. These big dojis, they're usually bullish sign. And again, and a 5 minute really never lost the VWAP. So I went back again in there and I added multiple times for the break of 192, and we did break 192, but I was kind of really aggressive in partialing. I really wanted to get even above 192.20. So even though the last trade turned out to be a really good trade, but I didn't partial enough to become profitable. And as you see here, and even it did a 920, I added more. Again, I was really, like even 920, I did long here, came to the VWAP, I got to stop that. It came back up, but it was too late. And I went one more time and I got to stop out. That's where Peter started shorting it, and it went up. So it was pretty unfortunate, and it turned out to be a last day for me. So it turned out to be a $5,000 day loss. So I made some of the profit back on the first early losses, but it turned out to be a loss for me. It's not a crazy loss, but it was unfortunate because I did get a really good move on it. It's just not partial enough.
Just going to cover some more of this SPY short SPX puts to show how much these things move. It's at $14 now. I got in at 8.
Wow.
Yeah, but that sword cuts both ways. So you just got to be really careful.
Any question, guys, about trading, guys? Paris, what did you trade? Paris traded Tesla short. Very nice. So you try to get this long on
Nice.
it.
Got the
Let me
Tesla
come.
short.
Yeah.
Beauty.
That's eventually got this short on it. That's nice. Tesla. Very nice. All right, the AMD is coming up too. Strike point for AMD. I think I might start getting some long on AMD. What's this? That order still here on at 212. Yeah, let's break down below 212. I might take a long on it. Might be able to. I'm good. Yesterday I was depressed. Yeah, I'm still depressed, but I feel a little bit better.
Is it the weather?
Yeah, it is weather, man. It's really sad in Vancouver right now. You go out, you die. Okay, so it's going down. Let me see. What's the Atlas doing here? All right, I'm gonna buy some AMD here. 212.25. We put a stop loss below 212, 12. Let's see what's gonna happen here. See this candlestick 5 minute makes a high or not. VMDL could be good too. Yeah, Joel, I think there is some videos for trading terminal. Um, that how to use the simulator. It's really idiot proof, honestly. Train terminal simulator is it's pretty like it's like iPhone. You buy it, there's no instruction or anything coming in. You should play around with it. You really need to figure it out really fast. Like the only thing that you might want to learn is how to the risk fixed risk hotkey works, but it's overall should be pretty straightforward to know how to use it. All right. Let's see what AMD is doing. Yes, we will be in Spain January 24th to 30th. All right, Thor is coming. How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm amazing. Thank you. How are you?
I am good. I'm just trying to, and this freaking AMD, I might get a stop out on it.
Good morning, Thor.
Breakdown.
Yeah, are you
Hey, good
trying?
morning.
You're trying a long?
I was long AMD. I'm still long. So, all right. I think I'm going to get out of it. This one is still weak. So I got to stop down on AMD as well, guys. And I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Thor.
Thor, you should have.
Hello,
You
hello.
did you go short at R6 on the Qs? That's your trade.
No, I actually longed RTY and IWM, which are the same thing. RTY is the futures for IWM ETF. So I longed those this morning because that was the only call I got on my trading system. So I was just kind of just
Okay.
marinating both of those, but I hit target on IWM and cut RTY after it lost trend. And things are pretty good. And right now, I'm actually looking at natural gas right now. A little natty gas going long off of this. So we had a S3 call on natural or S6 call on natural gas to the downside. So for anyone who's a BBT member or YouTube members who want the calls, remember that I actually post these calls into Bear Bull Traders' live chat room every single day. So you don't have to subscribe to extra stuff if you don't want to. It's all coming in right in there where you can get to it. That way, if you're having a little trouble picking something out for the day, it works really well.
All right, perfect, friends. Before we get out of here and give it to Thor, let's do our funded account. So hashtag funded in chat, friends, and we will give that out. If you want to know how to join, here's the way to do it. Head over to our
Hold on,
YouTube
let me
channel.
type it in. I want to fund it. Let me type. Hold on.
Yeah. You know what? Moderators don't get it, man. I typed it in. If you're a moderator, you're not gonna get it. But
okay, hashtag not funded.
Yeah, if you join the Lambos and Garbage Truck like I did, then even though you're a moderator, then you can get considered. Because I joined.
Oh, okay.
My name is somewhere here. I just want to win. I'm gonna give it away, obviously.
I wouldn't. I'm gonna take all of Andrew's money.
Here it is. Here's my name. So I'm in there, man. I'm in there. Let's go. Let's see what happens. All right, friends.
Sign up.
Yeah, I signed up, man. All right, guys. Here it is. Let's run it. Funded account. 125 entries, and we're going to get this going here.
That's amazing.
Let's see who our winner is going to be. Choose winner. Our winner, Seda. Howard, 1981. Congratulations to you.
It was a good year.
Yeah, 1981 is a good year. I'm 84, but 81 is good.
81, baby, that's my year. Let's go. 81. I'm so glad you won.
Yep. So there it is. You are the winner. Send us an email, carlos@bearwoodtraders.com. Yes, you with the question marks there. You won. We'll get you all hooked up.
Yes, you.
Yeah.
All right. Good job.
Great stuff.
All right. Well, we'll catch
So what exactly
later.
are they getting, Carlos? They're getting a
so they're getting a funded account. They're getting a funded account. That means they go to tradingterminal.com, and if they have you have to have a subscription membership, and you get basically $50,000 on the trading account to trade with. And if you're able to end profitable after you follow the rules, 90 days and so forth, then you are all good to go. You get the payout after 90 days.
Wow.
And the overall value of this, like $300, like anybody that Thor, we didn't have this growing up in the trading world, me and you. You know,
no,
we wish
did not
we
exist,
had this.
man. Did not exist.
You're telling me that I could spend $300 and get access to 15,000? Yeah,
it would have saved me my first blown up account, Carlos. Like I would not have been trading on my first account.
Right.
I would have been using one of these, absolutely.
Yeah, so
and it would have I would have lost like a few $100 instead of losing
let's say
like
you lost
$5
three
grand.
times. Let's say you lost 3 times. Okay, so you lose 900. All right, perfect. That's fine. I lost that in less time, less than
I can
9
lose
days
$300 in about 2 minutes these days.
Exactly.
Bada boom. Can I just say Nvidia just went red?
Yeah.
Trade is working like gangbusters.
Well,
Beauty.
you're short on this one, Peter?
Yeah, short from VWAP, yeah, or just below it.
My
I don't
man.
have VWAP,
Good
but
job.
I'm gonna imagine where VWAP would be. So my ideal short comes from 190, 190.17 is R3, so that's where my short would come in at. So I bet it's right around the same spot though.
Yeah, 190.60 is my short.
190.60, baller.
Got a few cents.
This is some mountain pass action almost, right?
No, not really. It's more of a
It's
a
close.
VWAP breakdown. Yeah, it's a similar.
I really like this one actually, Peter. I like this trade so much actually. So I'm gonna gush on you for a minute and talk about why I like this trade so much.
All right, good to see you getting one there, Peter. Awesome. All right, friends, we'll leave
get
you with
that money.
Thor. Thor, have a great session, man. We'll be in chat.
For sure, man. Have a great one. So hello, YouTube. Good to see everybody out there. I'm going to gush on Peter for 2 seconds here. First off, this is a lower, but it's a wider range. So playing back towards the previous day's close is always a brilliant idea on a wide range because we plan to close inside on a wide range. So it totally makes sense. And look at this beautiful stall out right at R4. We then offered it. We couldn't make a new higher high after 1030, which is a very big indicator that we can go break the low of day, right? Because if we break the high of day, we only have about a 15% chance to break the low of day statistically. But because now that we've broken low of day, Peter, and this one's for you, now that we've broken low of day after 1030, check out this stat on Nvidia. I'm bringing Peter some stats today.
Okay, show me some stats.
These are called the hold me stats, okay? So because this is why Peter's going to hold this thing and get like at least ATR low, maybe even S3 out of this thing today. So so when we can pull up the stock, we can pull up Nvidia, and we will pull its IB stat. And Nvidia, when it breaks its low of day after 1030, only breaks its high of day less than 10% of the time. Only 12 out of every 127 days would this thing reverse at this point and make any significant retracement. So 75% chance in your favor right now, Hunger Games style, right?
Like
let the odds be forever in your favor. And this is one of those moments. So it's good stuff. So
Love
it. Gush concluded.
All right. Well, let's fingers crossed that it all pans out.
We don't need fingers. We've got stats.
Yeah.
That, for the record, though, by the coffee table book that Peter and I were once going to write called "Stopped Out to the Penny."
Stopped out to the penny. Yeah, no kidding.
We can make those stats
work. That's a great name. You guys should actually do that. That's a great name.
Yeah. We've been joking about that for years.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen, Peter. We could just collect, like we talked about, we would just collect ours and then countless different stop outs from members of the community, put them into a coffee table book that you could purchase off of the shop or whatever.
Just a full glossy picture book
of just stop outs.
No educational value, just entertainment.
No, just to make you feel good about yourself. Anytime you're like, God, this market only hates me, we'll be like, au contraire, my frère.
Exactly. Please look at our picture book of evidence.
Exactly. All right.
I'm going to leave you to it, Thor.
What a trade. Thank you, sir, and you as well. And I hope you're having a very happy new year, starting it out with some money. So that's always a good way to go. So, and that's awesome. So everybody, YouTube, it's a new year, and we're doing this thing, right? I mean, it's fun. We're getting into it. We had Peak Capital's initiation last night. So basically, it's kind of like a fraternity. We tied them all up, with a brick. They had to hold a brick and stand at the top of a banister. I'm not going to tell you what we tied the brick to, but then they had to drop the brick and have someone in here's seen old school, so they have to know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we got them properly initiated and ready to experience what it is to basically be in a Mike Bear led program. So sorry, you signed up. It's too late. You can't back out now. You're here. I'm good. So good to see everybody else out there in the YouTube. If you don't mind, a little housekeeping. If you haven't had the moment, especially with that amazing giveaway that just happened, you're talking about a free funded account. If you could take just a moment and throw that little thumbs up action on there, I would really appreciate that. That's, something that unfortunately, because this is a YouTube thing, that's really the only major measure we have other than, interactions on whether or not you hate us or not. And sometimes what happens, kind of like, a relationship you've been in for a long time, we've just come to know each other so well, you just don't feel like you need to tell me you love me. But it's important, you know what I mean? You got to. No. So yeah, just take a second and just do the dirty, please. And I appreciate you. So trades today. So I didn't get too serious today. I took trades using I trade using two platforms. I trade futures using TradingView. And I trade equities utilizing DOS Trader Pro. Right. So my trade today on TradingView was on RTY. I'm actually long NG right now, which is natural gas. I've got some decent profit locked in today. So I just wanted to see if I could run this. I only took one contract. I'm only risking maybe about $400 or $500 on this position, and I've already made a couple grand today. So I use Tradeovit brokerage. And I use interactive brokers, both for futures, only interactive brokers for equities. So I've got this guy going on here. I'm hoping that, I'm looking for a run back up to basically the central pivot today. So I'm going to look for basically this run right back up to where we more or less opened from in the pre-market and see if that happens. So, and we'll see what's going on. My trade that I hit today was this beautiful RTY call. So I had it locked in, and when we finally were looking pretty certain that we were going to lose our overall trend, I went ahead and exited when we lost trend. But this was a nice buy here that bounced up. Now I also traded IWM at the same time, right, which was very lovely. Let me show you that guy. So because RTY was in a good spot, why not go, and we had a call on IWM, why not go ahead and hit IWM? So IWM, I actually didn't run my stop below low of day. I actually ran it below this pullback, which allowed me to hit the target faster. So I went ahead and got my target on IWM full target, which is nice. And then again, I got, a little, probably I think I was about 3.5 Rs there, right? So I was over 4 R here. I was going for the cam level, but when we lost trend, that was my exit reason. And we had started selling. So very happy with both of these trades entirely. And then, like I said, I'm still holding Natty Gas right now to see if we can get, a decent move. But all cams calls right off. The cams were very good today. Apple Apple was very sloppy, but it did call a breakdown play. The reason I didn't take it was because we were too close to ATR low. And so I don't like narrow range breakdowns when ATR low is inside of S6. Because there's a really good chance that that's as far as we go and we bounce, as you can see, happened right there. And because ATR low is so close to the level, we will blow it out. So Apple for me actually was not great. And you can actually see on the call, see how there's a little, look, you can see how there's a little exclamation point here. That exclamation point is there to let you know that there's an ATR issue with this ticker. right? So the reason why we're actually putting that up there, right, is because I'm identifying to you already that this play is suboptimal, right? But we have to call it. It fits all the rules according to the book, right? But I'm letting you know ahead of time, like there are things I don't like about this, and one of them is how close we are to S6 and that ATR low, right, is within S6, and that's what that little guy there tells you. So do I like Apex? Sure. I think all the funded brokers are relatively the same. I don't see any major difference. There is a website out. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, where you can go and there's a guy who does a ranking on all of the major funded brokers, and tells you like the pros and cons of each one. So I certainly have some preferences. But Apex is probably like number 6th or 7th on the list, maybe. But I didn't have any issues with them. I think Take Profit right now ranks highest for futures. Because of their payout policies are very flex. So I think people like that. But other than that, I don't have a lot of experience with others. The Tradeovit account that I'm using, this one is not a funded. This is an actual Tradeovit account, like through Tradeovit brokerage. This is no longer. I no longer can. Full disclosure, I'm having a lot of trouble with funded brokers these days. So, I've had to move back to trading my own accounts for the most part. But luckily, I put a lot of work into building a couple of accounts, so I still have the leverage I need to make good money. But unfortunately, I've been having some issues with the funded brokers. So, no, Tim, I don't like S3 bounces on higher and narrow days. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. And I agree, Helga. Super annoying. All right. How was everybody else's day? You know what? Let me switch gears. How was everybody's New Year's? What did we do? Like, talk to me. I missed you guys. How was everyone's like New Year's? Like, what, give me a shot. Like, what did everybody do? No, not at all, Ben. That's kind of what I wanted. So let me talk about that real quick. So the best time to go long or go short is when you are exhausting buyers or exhausting sellers. So one of the greatest inventions of my life, actually, and I'm so happy about it. It's really hard to explain. Um, I always thought I was gonna like come up with something really cool, and I actually thought cams were it. And so I actually thought cams were it. And then I invented with Bruz the BS detector. The BS detector, for lack of a better term, is volume weighted tick. Which is not in existence, right? There's never been a volume weighted tick before, and we invented it, and it works beyond measure. The thing is so what is tick? Right? Tick, every time we move up an increment of price or down an increment of price, that is tick, right? So what we do is we are taking the number of uptick and we're actually weighing them with volume in order to find out how genuine or disingenuine the tick is. And we do it in a way that's never been conceived before. It could never be duplicated, which is amazing. So you can see here, if you're looking at my chart, you can see that what we do is we create some very obvious peaks and valleys, right? And it kind of looking like an EKG. right? And in our future release of this, we're actually working right now. Bruz is working on it as we speak, actually, on mapping these what we call exhaustion zones, right? So you can see here by looking here that whenever we're around this area, we tend to reverse. Whenever we're around this area, we tend to reverse. And this creates an exhaustion zone, right? So, and to the downside, it's the same thing. You can see down here, we tend to reverse, right? And right about in this area right there, we tend to reverse. Or sorry, right there. So you can see anytime we're in this zone, right, we reverse. So notice now that you see that at the open, we had this really huge stuff, right? We sold with hard volume and that exhausted our sellers, right? Look at the average here, this one, and this one, right? It actually exhausted our sellers. So to go lower, we would have needed an unusually large amount of selling. So, and this is a range day. There's no expectation to go outside. It's a wide range and we don't have selling enough. We've exhausted our sellers. So then we pulled back, but look, every time we get near where our buyer exhaustion is, look how we immediately reverse. Look, this time when we reoffered the high, look how our volume deviated and we didn't re-engage buying, right? So of course, as we started to sell, I got out, right? Because we were starting to sell again, right? And now we're just chopping, right? We made our move. I got my full target on IWM. This move's done. It's an inside day. Right. So, but by using this, you can actually see very opportune locations where you're going to want to get in, right? Right there is your best spot for your entry. Stop below the green box, right? There's a pullback, right? Look as we test the trend line, right? There's this. So when I map my trend lines, by the way, I map my trend lines using the buying and selling detector. So since that is where we exhausted our sellers when we came back down, that's where my trend line is going to go, right? Which is that candle, right? Well, I ignored this dip here. Why? Because there was no volume on, right? This is a disingenuous breakdown. I'm not granting that my trend, right? Then this one here, look how we start buying there. It fits. So when we fail here, I'm out, right? Because that's the loss of the established trend on this range run. And you can see since then it was a great decision. So far we've just now revisited the same price, right? Um, I don't remember every trade, Ben, that I've critiqued, unfortunately, through all the different sessions. So if I'm gonna go long, I want it in one of two areas, right? I want it to be when we're exhausting our sellers or offering to buyers, right? So an add point is here, right? When we come off the trend and keep buying because we offer and we're starting to buy, right? You could buy there also. That would work. But you wouldn't want to buy here because you're exhausting your buyers, right? When it comes back here, you could try and buy, right? But you're in a selling range now, right? So you can see it just pulled up and then sold, right? So it's, yeah. So this is exhaustion. Your best time to go long is when you're exhausted your sellers. Right now, if you exhaust your sellers and then start buying, that's confirmation, right? Any of these are opportunities to get in. And then also keep in mind, Ben, and I'll try and keep it as clear as I can. Remember, this is a brand new indicator that I just developed. So I'm just coding in these exhaustion zones now. So just, be a little flex here. You know what I mean? Because we are improving the way to read it and the way to utilize it, so it's as best as possible for you. And I'll keep that coming. Which one, James? So it depends on funded accounts. If you're talking about a bear bull traders one, yes, it does. So Toby, every opening candle will have a lot of volume, but not everyone will this candle, if it had been smaller in size, would not have looked like this. And a lot of the times the opening candle is very small, and then the second candle pushes down on light volume. Right? So this one is, and also, yeah, so it would be hard, but anytime I'm going to go long or short, remember, Ben, think of it this way. There are three volume signatures that you're going to want to see for a reversal, right? The first one is going to be, you're going to have what's called advancing volume, right? Then you're going to have stopping volume and then struggling volume, right? And it's actually the conclusion of the struggling volume that is generically where the reversal is going to come from. Right? So this volume here is what we would call stopping volume, right? Right at the MOO, when all the MOO orders came in, there was a lot of selling. That selling moved very quickly down to S3 and then just got absorbed into a really large order set, right? So that stopped the progression of the price. We then tried to move lower. And look what happens when we try and move lower. Maybe this will help you like kind of see where I'm coming from here, because I know this isn't easy, buddy. So look what happens when we make new lows. What happens to the volume when we make new lows? Did we break down? Or did we divert? No, we did a lot. This is a massive signal, Ben. So what we did was nothing. Nothing is a big answer, right? We had a ton of selling coming at the open, and then when we offered the low for more selling to happen, nothing happened, right? Zero response to offering that low, and then we immediately made a new high afterwards with volume. Right? So that was so we had stopping, struggling, and then advancing in the other direction. Then we had this pullback here. When we came back to reoffer S3, what happened on the volume? It stayed flat, right? So we gave the price back down to the bid and we moved it there with no volume, which means we're offering it for more buyers. The buyers bought and we made new highs. At this point, this thing's a pretty straight long. I mean, if you're, VPA wise and otherwise, this thing is really nice. So like there's you could even have marked here. Long here's good. Long where I got in around here is good, right? Long here on the reoffer is good. Again, we sell all the way back into range. And when we sell into range, look at the volume. It really just doesn't do anything. Right? It doesn't do that. It just stays. And then we bought. Right? Here we finally engaged buyers. Strong buy signal. Right? And then again, big move to the downside, but this candle is 2 times bigger than this candle and it's on half the volume. So that's an offer. And then we buy. Does that kind of help a little bit? Does that kind of clear that up? It's not the red candle. It was the response to the red candle. Right? Like, don't even think about the colors. Think about the volume. Right? It wasn't that it was red. Right? It was that it was opened high, it closed low with a lot of volume. When we tried to buy, that buy was stuffed. When we tried to sell, that sell had 0 volume. Right? The response to that was buying, 0 volume, buying, right? So it's the response to that big candle. This is why playing ORBs, by the way, is very dangerous. right? Because it's the response is where you find out your information. So if you're playing the opening range breakdown, as soon as it breaks, you're not giving yourself the opportunity to see the response. So but unfortunately, opening range breakdowns, if this does hit the low and it does hit the volume, then it's gone and you're not going to get a reentry. But it is why if you play the opening range breakdown, you give yourself maybe a 50% retracement, kind of think of it like a 3-bar play. And if it comes back through, you're done. You know what I mean? Because it's just not viable. If it's going to work, it should be big, strong. It should make the new low. It shouldn't really retrace more than like 27%, 30% at most, and then keep going. So you can see here that like this opening break to the downside, and then yoink. Right? I mean, that would just destroy anybody trying to go short right there. I think it might finish its journey. So I really like that we tried to sell into the CP, and look at that. We actually exhausted our sellers when we tried to sell right there. So we put in a lot of volume and we couldn't move the price very well for considering the amount of volume it is. So we actually read that as kind of a stuff. So that's very interesting because that was enough volume that should have driven us into the CP, but it wasn't. Right? So like if you're looking to add into a position, this is actually a relatively decent add point. And then you could go out like if it lost, if it started selling harder than that by any notable amount. Basically, if it lost the CP. If it loses the CP, that'll probably give us a hard sell. But one thing I can say, now that I'm just kind of looking at it, though, generally, one thing I've noticed is look here. Ever since about here, all of our buy candles are all small and stuffed. All of our sell candles are full body for the most part. Right? So I don't know if I see I still think statistically it's much more likely actually, we are still inside of our IB stat. So we do not have a statistical boost on the IB right now. So this one actually is a kind of a coin flip. Can you talk more about who started it, who won, and what's the response in one more ticker in VPA? Yeah, Joss, of course. Pick the ticker. No. Come on, Joss. I'm gonna let Joss's question. Come on, Joss, pick me a ticker. And if not, I'll do it on somebody else's ticker. But right now, I like yours. I want to give you a chance since it's your question. Oh, man, my neck is sore. I got a new chair, though, for Christmas. Pretty excited about that. I wonder how long the delay is on this. All right. NQ? Okay, NQ will work. Because a lot of people are asking for MNQ. I don't know if it'll work. But I'm happy to share it. There's the link to my layout. I'm happy to let you use it. Just remember, all of my indicators are my indicators. So if you're not subscribed to them, then the layout likely will not function properly because of that. I'm liking it. I forget who it's made by, but it's probably an Amazoner, but I like it. It's got like it's got like a lumbar in it thing. It's so good. My problem is my shoulder is jacked. Oh yeah, I forgot about NG. Oh, nice. All right, we're still going. A little natty gas action. pretty happy with it. Just to show you guys for those who just showed, I'm long natty gas right now. So let me show you on natural gas, actually, kind of the same process. So today on natural gas overall has not been like super strong just recently. So you can kind of see that more here. We kind of peaked out a while ago, and even though it's winter, we're actually kind of weak in natty right now. So, but it's really low, and it's kind of near this very obvious support area. So I was, we tend to look at natty gas because we really like swinging natural gas. It's a very easy swinger. As you can see, I mean, if you buy down here, I mean, it just went straight up for days. And then when it went down, it just went down for days. It doesn't spend a lot of time shopping. Once it makes a decision, it tends to do it, which is a lot of fun. So you can kind of see just off of that kind of, where we were at. So for me, when we opened, the first thing I noticed at the open was what? What happened at the open on natural gas? I don't think there is, Adrian. But I don't use DOS as much anymore, so I'm not sure. Because I'm going to read through this one and then we'll do NQ. So what happened on natural gas at the beginning of the day? I can feel you. I can feel everybody trying to think of a more complicated answer. Just go with the first thing that comes to your mind. Nothing. Okay. Thank you, Willie. Woof. Oh, wow. I thought I was gonna have to wait for a while on that one. Like nothing. Nothing happened, right? Like for I mean, I get, yeah, a little weak selling, but for the most part, like nothing, right? Nothing really happened, right? We then went down to try. So we started off buying in the pre-market, but then at the open, nothing. So in the beginning, we bought in pre-market, at least right into the open. So we spent a little bit of time trying to see if we could find buyers. So you can see here, we had a weak sell down to the open price, and then we absorbed an order at the open price. So we were kind of playing the open. As we squeezed, no buyers bought, right? Look how weak the buying is. Right? So because the volume is weak, we couldn't find buyers. They went ahead and re-offered to the sellers. And sure enough, we lost right there. Pow, selling. We pulled back. Here's that ABCD pattern, right? Big down, little up, big down, little up, big down, right? And so as we came down, though, that volume was very high, right? And as we start pushing down, you can see we exhaust our sellers. And then as we try, look at the change of the candle patterning. Look at how the candles go from being big, long candles to short, truncated sell candles. What does shorter, truncated sell candles tell you? What's going on here for these candles to now be smaller, even though there's an equal amount of volume on them? What's the algorithm doing here? It's absorbing. Absolutely, Oz. Oz for the win. All right. It's absorbing, right? There are sellers, and when the sellers sell, the algorithm is electing to add to the flow. Right? They're actually absorbing the sell orders that are coming in, and that's why we're getting equal volume with smaller candles. Right? So then what happened is I was waiting for a buy signal, and maybe who was it earlier that I had confused? It was Ben, I think, right? Ben, maybe this one kind of fits more of what you were thinking, right? So on this one, because the exhaustion wasn't close enough to the candle, right? Or close enough to the level, I let it offer lower first and waited for it to start buying. So I actually waited till we saw the strong buy and then offered and bought. And that's where I went long when we started buying. right? So, and now I'm holding, right? Since we started buying, we sold, we then reoffered and started buying again. So at this point, I mean, we're getting through on the day. We should not have to come all the way back down through the open price and reoffer S6 again. And we're in a lower range, so I don't want to get obsessed with this position. So I am going to go ahead and take this up, and I'm going to give myself the loss of that candle, right? We sold, we got indecision, and then we bought up and held. We should not go below that guy. I make a lot of decisions based upon what we should or should not do because I have the experience to do so, but I'd recommend you gain it, right? Take your time. But, at this point, if we're going to make a transitionary movement, like all the way back to the CP, that should be happening right now. We should make that move. If I have to come all the way back down towards S6, there's a pretty solid chance NG is just going to chop this lower range all day. But we bought high of day right now, right? So by buying high of day, we should not fail that break. If we do, then this is, because this is a range trade, right? We've broken range. We should not come back into range. So if we do, I'll take a little bit of profit off of this one to cover comms. I already had a winner on RTY and IWM today, right? So I'm having a great day. So the one thing I don't want to do is, kind of go against the stats on this one. If this one comes back into range, we'll just take a couple bucks on this and be happy. Yeah, I feel good. So, right, the volatility index is kind of meh, right? We don't have a lot of volume today in that regard. I don't particularly use VIX, however, Sima. Since I'm a range trader, I tend to just play the ranges. So if we're breaking the range, it's going to happen when the VIX is high anyway. So I really don't have to pay attention to the VIX, although being aware of the VIX maybe could help efficacy, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. I can only look at so many things. I want to pop my shoulder so bad right now. Yeah, thanks, Alex. Me too. Like right now, like if I was going to throw a trend on this, right? So I would start here at this low, obviously, right? But we have this pullback, and I would actually use that, and then you can see here, that. That's kind of more my trend for me because the volume is on this candle. Some people would actually, because we load here and then went up, they would lower it and come down to here. And I know that's pretty standard issue, but I actually like using the volume, like where our exhaustion point was, right? So there's one there, right? And that matches us up with our buy volume there. So I really like that. I can use that point there to start my trend or to anchor my trend, and that's pretty good. So if we lose trend here and then start to sell back through the open, I mean, you can feel pretty comfortable even getting out if it loses the open price at this point, right? Because we're going to fail a pretty obvious move there. But look at we don't have a lot of volume here. So isn't that interesting? Look what's happening right now on the volume, right? We're buying, we're trying to entice sellers. We just went through trend, but there wasn't a lot of volume on it. So let's see if this is a fake out, like one of these here, where it just dips in. If it goes from the trend and makes a new low, we'll probably get a big volume push that'll throw us down towards the open, and that'll be enough, right? Um, I stick entirely with my NVIDIA statement, by the way. Jose, it did not reverse, right? This is not a reversal, right? I still stick with it. I do believe if you're in this trade still, it will be more likely to end down here than it will be to go back through high of day, right? And that stat's still true. Right. And remember that reversal that stat doesn't mean it can't reverse. It means it won't break high of day. It doesn't mean it can't look, it's a lower, wider range. We just reoffered R3. It's a perfect spot to add into your short. So if you're short, you should have added there. right? Because that's a deep pullback. And look what it did. It completely exhausted your buyers when you did that. Like, look, we have a second exhaustion zone here, or a second higher point here, right there. Right? You can see that's pretty consistent. It comes back through multiple days. We exhaust right around that area. So we wicked right to R3, exhausted our short-term or retail buyers, and then started selling again. This is an add point. I do need a Theragun for my shoulder. It's everything from right here all the way down the right side of my back, shoulder, tricep. It's just jacked. I'm too old to be going to the gym, yet I'm doing it. So, oh well. I'm just gonna die. Deal. I'm in. Do you have strong hands? No need to set up alerts. They're already there, Helga. If you're in the BBT chat room, they just come in. There's a pivot bot tab. They post into the main and then they aggregate on the on the tab. So there's nothing to set up. They're right there for you. My daughter's spelling right now. But yeah, I really like I want like I really need somebody to just like take like something and just jab it into my shoulder. That would just be amazing. NQ. Let's do it. All right, so NQ was fairly bullish at the open price-wise, right? I had zero interest in playing NQ or ES today. Because both of them were opening in horrible ranges. So what do I mean by that? They're both in higher narrow ranges and they're opening in the middle. Right? So being in a higher narrow range means we plan on going outside and we're opening in the middle and our ATR highs are inside of our sixes. I mean, there was a lot going against ES and NQ for good trades today. So at the open, which we were bullish, we opened quite strong. We stuffed the sell and we reoffered and then started buying. So it was a really clean volume read. But this is a selling range, not a buying range. So there, you can't long here, even if it is a long. No trending. It's I wouldn't have traded it. No. It didn't open in the right position. So these were just dead to me today. These just aren't trades, right? I have no consideration for ES or NQ today that would have resulted in me wanting to trade them. They were completely off my list. If it says no candidate, I'm not interested, right? I was looking at RTY today, right? Because RTY was a candidate play, right? It has a real play that is available, and I could buy S3. I could go for R3. You know what I mean? I got a nice little chunk out of it. I took what I could get. Today's just not a big day, and we're done. Just their futures for the most part. I do trade the ETFs. Like I took an ID. I also traded IWM today, the ETF in DOS. You can see that right here. I got to target on this one because I ran my stop below this low. So that got me to my target pretty well. But it's the same trade, right? This is just the ETF. So I double dipped on this one a little bit. Still, aha! See, look at the no volume on the trend reoffer. The Alex. Look at the low volume fake out. I trade, Alex, I trade the futures based on the futures and the ETFs based on the ETFs. They're not the same thing. So each one gets traded based upon their cams individually. Even if I'm trading them at the same time, each one is timed because they have their own algorithms that are running them and they are not connected, right? They pay attention, but they're not connected, right? They don't hit the same places at the same time. Sometimes RTY will reverse because IWM started to reverse already or vice versa. But most of the time, one will reverse, the other one will finish its journey, then it reverses, right? Like it's generically not like that. So yeah, one thing I highly discourage, which was a methodology that was taught very frequently a few years ago, which is the idea of doing something like I'm trading Apple, so I'm watching the cues, right? Or because I'm trading a ticker, I'm watching a ticker. Because I'm trading a future, I'm watching an ETF. Like, don't do that. You need to be hyper vigilant, focused on the ticker that you are playing and watching the price action of that particular ticker. It's its own market. Every single ticker is its own market, right? So you have to trade them like that. So yeah, make sure you're not doing that. ATR period is 14. Oh, my pleasure, Endo, by the way, on the on the volume. So now we have, look at that lovely little fake out right there where they kind of went through, saw if they got any volume, they didn't, so they brought it back up and made new highs. So, but if they go through that and the open price at this point, I feel pretty happy. You know what I mean? So we could even now, like, I'd feel pretty comfortable just camping under the open price at this point. I'll still make a couple $100. So that's what we're going for by the end of the day. I'd like to run this thing back to the CP. Here you go. Here's everything right there. John, you can see it all real time. So just like Andrew, you know what I mean? I show you guys real-time trades that are going on. Real-time winners, real-time losers. Because of the width of my stop. My original stop was at the bottom of the green box, and that was about a 500, a little, my max risk for this trade was $500. And I only risked probably about 300, maybe a little more, like 400 or something in there. So I used a fixed max risk, but I don't have to take my so I'm one of the few people you'll ever meet that partials my losers. Right? So what I mean by that is I don't have to take maximum stop for me to get out of a position. Right? I use technical levels to get out. Right? But my risk is arbitrary. So if I'm getting long right now, my stop needs to be below the green box. But, especially with futures, it's not so accurate. Right? So my stop is probably more down around here. Well, if I lose the box, I'm out. So I don't need to leave my stop way down here so I can pull it up. Right? And I'll take less of a stop here than I have to. But if I'd have went 2 contracts, my stop would have been well inside the green box at my risk level. And I just couldn't do that. Right? A low volume trend offer. So look here. So basic trend drawing, right, is 2 to 3 points makes a trend, right? So I always use the lowest point before we start our move and then our deepest pullback, right? So, but now for me, I do my trend lines a little different because I draw mine using volume, right? So I also like this deep pullback, but I pick this pullback because this is the deepest pullback. Right? It shows it in my volume. This is where it came from. Now you can see when we pull back here, the deepest pullback is this guy right there. Right there. Right? So that's my actual trend right there. So you can see here in low volume, we basically faked it out. Right? Faked it out and then boom. So you can see here they did the same thing. They went through it, and when they went through it, there's no volume. And then they came back, and look what happened when they came back up. They bought. Right? So they're not getting enough buyers to sustain. So basically what they're doing is they're anytime they're looking for more buyer or more contracts, it's going down here, stopping, pulling in short sellers and then squeezing back up and taking them out and using their volume to help push the price up. So a little bit of price manipulation going on here. For indicators, yeah, I only use these indicators when I trade. So yeah, say like right there, look at that. So we just reoffered trend from the underside and immediately had a sell response there. So this actually looks a little more genuine. So I use a clock that's on here, because I like to pay attention to when my candles are going to close. So which my clock is not counting right now for some reason, but whatever. But that tends to help me. But my main indicators are my really key levels, my adaptive ATR limits, and my Camarilla pivot plays. And then I use the buying and selling detector along with my ghost candles. So right now I'm watching the trend here to see if we sell with volume. If we sell away from this trend with volume, then we're, like I said, I'll go out if we lose the open price. What do you mean get my entire position available? Like here? That's in the like the settings of the chart somewhere in here, I think. It's in here. I also have this like one like muscle that's like going right over the top, like right here. So see the lack of volume again as it tried to come back through the trend? Just nothing real there. Let's see if we find more buying now. How do you get your entry position visible? I don't know what you mean, but elaborate for me, Jose. I'm not really sure what you're asking me. Like show the arrow? Or the boxes. So you can see we're having some trouble re-engaging our buyers. That's an interesting wick. That is a very interesting candle. The arrows are just shown. Invisible symbol. Trading. It's under trading. I don't need that. Here we go. Execution marks right here. Oh, you can actually turn it off. So when you do screenshots, it automatically gets rid of them. That's fun. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave this position on to marinate and see what it does. I'm using TradingView to see that. So for the next year, as I got a minute or so left, I want to talk to everybody about the year that's coming. So a lot going on this year. First off, Vegas. So I am gonna be in Vegas with Andrew and Tuckman. We're gonna be doing some live trading. We're gonna hopefully be meeting up with everybody and having a lot of fun. So if anyone's West Coast, or Vegas or somewhere nearby, it'll be fun. I'm gonna stay at the Paris. I mean, it's gonna be a blast. So I'm really hoping I can see y'all and y'all can come by and chill out with me. So do that. As far as my personal services, I do have a new website up, which is www.marketalchemists.org. So if you're looking just so I have a more common place for all of my links, Market Alchemists is a joint mentoring venture between me and Dr. V. So anyone who's looking to work with either of us, either individually or in a group setting, it's always a good place to come by and see us. You can also find me and say hi on my Instagram at ThorYoungMA. So otherwise, I will look to see everybody here tomorrow. I hope you all had a great trading day, and I hope you all keep it green. So much love, everybody. Talk to you soon, and have a good one.